really excited to verbally fuck Navashin through this entire podcast.
Whoa.
That is literally the sentence that kicked off bonus content. So, hey everybody, welcome to bonus content. I don't fucking know what's happening.
I'm gonna
I'm
turn
Alex.
off the fan.
Tony
Alex
Scott and
is
Nabashin
here.
are here. Griffin's here. Griffin Guccioni's here.
I am.
Hi. Your dog was here as well.
My dog was here, and then he just ran away from me. So
Yeah.
He hates
Yeah.
podcasts.
I
That's a
should send
fact.
this. I should send this tweet. Oh, guys, let me tell you about the week I've had.
All right, get into it. I know it's been rough.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! I was attacked. I haven't
Yeah.
slept. I haven't slept for
I haven't
about.
slept since the attack.
It feels like it, honestly. Jesus.
Can we
Christ.
refer to it only by the attack from now on?
Attack? Yeah, the band, the emo band, the Attack.
That's 30 seconds from Mars. Get it right.
Get wrecked.
Okay, so one. No, you get a retort for this. 30 Seconds of Mars does have a song called The Attack. I used to like it. It's not very good. I was about to say it's very good. It's very bad. I used to like it a lot better.
Hey man, but at least you're honest about it.
There is, yeah, of course. Yeah, you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
I was 14. We all had our mistakes.
Sure.
There is a band called The Attack also. They're like an emo band, and I've never listened to any of their music except to hear it, to hear that it's like, oh, they're screaming. I'm done with this. The one year
How dare they scream at me?
the one year
that's
I went
often
to
how I
Warped
feel in
Tour.
bed with women. Oh, they're screaming. I'm done.
The one time I went to Warped Tour, two girls came up to me and asked if I was the lead singer of The Attack because I look like him. I don't think I
And you said yes and proceeded to,
And you said
to have
yes, and then-
dirty ground sex with them, right?
No,
Oh.
I was awkward in 16, and I said, no. And then I died alone.
I can believe that.
Yeah. So there you go. There's my The Attack story.
Okay.
Here's my other The Attack story.
Go on.
He watched
So-
Avatar: The Last Airbender, and the
Yeah.
Fire Nation happened.
Yeah, everything changed. I was it was 2 a.m. I was driving to this cheesesteak place up the street.
Yeah, this is the third attack, by the way.
Yeah, this is the third attack outside of the Fire Nation, outside of The Attack. It's like literally from my house to this place, Griffin, from my house to this place, it is 4 minutes tops. If I hit both the red lights, it is 6 minutes.
So it's Boulder City.
Yeah, it's like this is nothing at all. I've been in my car for all of 3.5 minutes, and I'm like sitting at the light, the intersection to turn into the parking lot, and a car goes by, and just people roll down the windows and just throw things at me out of
No!
their car. I don't know what I think they might have been like. Now that I think about it, I think they were like baseballs.
Baseballs.
But they were like thick round balls. They looked like medicine balls, but I didn't get a good look at them.
You didn't like pick one up for posterity?
No, because they were in the middle of the street.
So are they like softballs?
They might have been, but they were really hard, and they threw them very hard, and they dented my car. And it's a miracle they didn't hit
A window?
any of my windows because they would have shattered for sure. Like my window, my passenger and driver's side windows were down a little bit, and they shook when my car was hit. So now there's like a big dent in my car on the front on the dashboard, and then the handle on the driver's side back door is all fucked up.
Does it work still?
It works, but it's scratched to the point where the plastic is open and sharp and pointing out. So it tore part of that the hard plastic off. So that's great. And then when I was driving home, all of the warning lights on this is unrelated, but all of the warning lights on my car turned on.
All of them?
The airbag, the brake light, all of them, and then my headlights started to dim. I'm like, I'm gonna have to deal with this at some point. And
Yeah.
then the next day, my brother was borrowing my car, and it just died at a gas station. So I went to go pick him up, or pick the car up, and I took his car to it. And when I was driving back, my car then died again in the middle of an intersection.
Oh, good.
So I get out of my car in the middle of the intersection to convey to the other people in the intersection, like, I can't do anything. You know, the thing I've learned in my many car experiences is that anytime your car dies in the middle of the road, people will just appear out of nowhere to help you. It's like it's the thing. Like, it's always been my experience, and it's like one of the few things that keeps me going. Like, there's still hope left for humanity.
There's still the car heroes.
Yeah, because like literally, a dude parked his car, ran up to me in like a full suit, and like he like left his suit jacket in his car, and he like rolled up his sleeves. He's like, "What do we got to do?" And like some lady who was like walking on the sidewalk just came up, and she's like, "All right, let's do it." And they helped me push my car through the intersection to like a neighborhood road near my neighborhood, and then they jumped my car. This was the second time it got jumped, and I was like,
Did the car get more dense after they jumped on it?
Yeah, it got more dense. Thank you. Great. Thank you, Tony, for your hot bit. Your super sweet goofs.
It's so good.
And like again, I just love it because I didn't get either of these people's names, and they just disappeared off into the day.
Dude, they had another car to save.
Yeah, they had another car to save. These people, and like somebody drove by and like, if you guys need help, just shout. And I was like, these people. Anytime like you want to have people just like carelessly help you out with no concern for their own well-being, just like have your car crash in the middle of the street. And,
the last time I stopped to help someone whose car broke down is because she was like a 20-year-old girl, and I was like, yeah, I'll get her number.
Did you?
At least you had a reason.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh,
Look who you're talking to.
sure. Look, I get it. Ask. And then my car. So we
I never go back on my word, Alex. That's my ninja way.
Right.
My Nindo.
My Nindo. My car then made it to the end of the street before it died again, and I had it towed away.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That sounds like really shitty.
Yeah, it's probably like the alternator, which I had to replace like a few years ago. So that's great. My car is probably gonna blow up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that many electrical things to go wrong, it has something to do with your battery, which the alternator powers.
I just had the battery replaced a few months ago.
Yeah, I thought that you just did this like recently.
Yeah.
I was driving my Impala down Boulder Highway, which is a road that is not a highway, but people drive on it like it is a highway. And my car just completely lost all power because the belt that's connected to my alternator just ripped in half.
Oh, great.
So I had people very similarly help me out of the middle of the road, push my car into a gas station.
Funny enough, like that happened to me like a few months ago as well with my dad's car. I was driving his car, but like I would just happen to be like on the way home, and so like I was pretty much driving the car into my parking lot as soon as that car just like it was like I had no power for like maybe like 2 minutes or something like that, and I had to like power steer power steering was pretty much gone, so I had to like manually like turn that car and just use my momentum just to get to my house. So it just like I was lucky he did that to happen.
Yeah. But I've been able to use my brother's car since yesterday.
No, that's good.
I had to Uber to work on Thursday. That wasn't fun. But it could have been worse. I could have been hit by a car in the middle of the intersection.
True.
It was just like all of the the night that night was when the attack happened, and then the day after my car just died, and then like my sleeping's been all messed up, so now I've been awake for 26 hours. Yeah, it's just all a mess, guys.
Sometimes shit just piles up.
You tweet about Superman once. I'll tell you what, guys. You never
Listen, dude.
Again.
Hey, I just want you to know that I very much agreed with your tweet about the Justice League movies.
Listen, dog. I don't think there's a reality where people shouldn't agree with that tweet. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm gonna put that out there. I get it. You know, I wrote a big long thing. I inadvertently or advertently on purpose wrote 1,700 words about why Man of Steel, Batman v Superman sucks. And I got it out there, and I didn't feel good about it because, like Nobishin said on Twitter, like, I don't feel good trashing a thing that I know people like. Like, I don't get joy out of that, but I also, like, am going to be critical and expect better out of a character that has been done so well before.
Hey, you know my stance on it, so.
Yeah, dude. You're putting me on the same page here. It's funny because, like, we recorded a couple more episodes of the Bro C this week, and like literally could not have been timed better. Like, one of the plot points in an episode is one of the characters' new boyfriends is like into comics, and he comes up and he's just like, "Oh, who's your favorite comic book character?" And it's like, "It's Superman." And he goes into like this explanation as to why Superman is his favorite character. And it's like, you know, the way I'll paraphrase here, I think you dig it, Nobishin, is just like, Superman is, you know, he's just out there looking for a connection. Like, why does he wear the cape? And why does he, like, go around saving people when he could rule the world and no one's ever done anything for him? Is because he's trying to establish a connection with another human being because he is from here but isn't from here. So he's trying to find a way to use the parts of him that isn't from here to establish a connection with the people that are from here, so he can feel like he's more from here than he is. And I was like, and it was just like perfectly timed. I was like, yeah, this is a great reason to love Superman. Fuck everyone. Dude never smiles. That's all. Just all I'm gonna say. Anyway,
I mean, All Might saves people with a smile.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
right.
All Might is a great like Superman allegory for that show.
Well, I mean, if you talk to the creator, All Might is supposed to be everything that American superheroes embody.
Yeah.
Everything down to his build, his costume, his persona. That's all supposed to.
And All Might's a great character because of like his flaws and his mistakes that he's made. And like
that's honestly my biggest problem with Superman is that, like, canonically comic book Superman, there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, and like that's why in the thing that I wrote, I talked about like how animated series Superman was my favorite because he's a lot less overpowered.
Yeah,
and even when he was overpowered, like there was moments where like people died in front of him, and that just like broke him. Yeah.
And it was like really good, man. That show is just like
Justice League Unlimited Superman was like real good.
Yeah, and like I understand that not everyone has that Superman point of reference. That's why I like very clearly went out of the way to be like, hey, this is my Superman. I'm not a comic book guy, so this is like where I'm coming from. I was pretty fair about it.
Wouldn't it be funny if Superman had like erectile dysfunction or like IBS or like some kind of like just like thing that's like super personal that no one would know that's wrong with him, but like only Lois Lane?
Yeah, just like a man.
Someone walks up, yeah, your Superman's so perfect. She just looks at him, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Rolls her eyes.
Like, yeah, we gotta wait till you see her. No. That's great. I wonder if there's like some kind of Kryptonian Viagra. That good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, All Might's like really great too. I'm like just to take a tangent. I now have an accessible new episode of My Hero Academia that I haven't watched yet.
Cool.
But
the most recent one's very good.
Yeah, I think it is it's the one before the most recent one for you guys. Like his like his premise of like he's smiling anytime he's helping people to help inspire them is just like that's so great. That's like such a great.
But like it helps inspire himself, right?
Yeah,
when he's afraid, like he smiles because that's what he does.
Yeah, it's like because One Punch Man is such a great satire of superhero like comics and Western superheroes, and then like My Hero Academia is such a great like execution of the best parts of those ideas.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Man, anime is killing it with the superhero stuff.
It's true.
If only superhero stuff could get their fucking act together.
I will say, so like as a brief aside, while we're talking about superheroes, like there's some like leaked camera footage of like the Avengers Infinity War footage that they showed at Comic-Con, and like just seeing like all this stuff coming together really is like super epic for me as like a fan of those movies. Like even if it ends up not being like as symbolic or as great as the first Avengers movies, like the amount of time, it's kind of like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited type thing for me, like similar in my head, because like there's so much time building it up and establishing the characters. Like just seeing them all together fighting against an enemy is really, really rad. It's a very epic trailer. I hope they release it at some point. Did you see that, Namashin?
No, I didn't. I was told to like just wait for it to actually come out, so like you don't see like some see it in the best way, like
dude stand up in the middle of it. Yeah, which does happen. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. It's really epic. How you doing, Griffin?
I'm doing good, man. I just got off of a mountain in Arizona, where I was taking care of about 200 middle school students.
Is this like a summer camp situation?
Yeah, it was. I was a leader for a summer camp, as a favor to a friend. Actually needed another guy leader, so I was directly in charge of 7 8th grade boys, but I ended up taking care of many more than that because some leaders are spineless and won't yell at kids. So my voice was kind of gone already, and then the last day I woke up and I like couldn't breathe and I couldn't like do anything, so I hung over the balcony of the cabin and like threw up mucus for an hour, and then I got back home. And now I've been sick.
Do you have asthma?
I don't. I got a cold because the first day we were there was a monsoon, and all my clothes that I was wearing and all the clothes in my bag got soaked, and I had to stand outside in direct bus traffic. So
Right.
I got a cold, which didn't hit me until about 3 days or 4 days in.
Of course, because that's how it always works. Just trying to make you hurt.
Yeah, but it was really fun. I had a good time.
Good.
I won the leader round of a game called Jamaican Pool, which is a really fun game. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is.
No.
It's you have ropes that are knotted, and everyone holds one side of each rope. You play with like 20-ish. It was like 20-ish adults, grown men. And there's a kiddie pool in the middle, and the goal is to, while not letting go of the ropes, knock other people into the kiddie pool to get them out until you're the last person standing.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at the game, so I'm playing for a while. But the last guy I was up against was like a 6'7", 280-pound bull of a man, and he was swinging me around like a rag doll until I literally speared him into the kiddie pool.
Nice.
So
sometimes
size isn't everything.
Yeah.
Unless you got a massive cock and then like rock that shit.
I had a question like lined up and prepared, and then that just really took me off my game. I heard you body slam some kids.
Yeah, I did. There was one kid that was just a little brat in our cabin, and night one they were being really rowdy because bedtime was 11 and it was like 11:05, and I was really ready to go to bed. So I told them that they could stay up until midnight if any of them could last a minute in a wrestling match with me. And one kid set a timer, another kid jumped up and tried to put me in a chokehold, and I flipped him over me and body slammed him on the ground. And he sat on the ground for about 30 minutes and didn't move. And I helped him get back up, put him in bed. That was that. And bedtime was 11 for the rest of the week.
That's pretty good. This is 2 weeks in a row. We talked about bratty kids on bonus content.
Yeah.
About to go for the hat trick. How's your week been, Tony?
So Griffin was gone all week.
Yeah, where the fuck were you last week also?
I was asleep.
Yeah. Well, I kind of figured.
Did
you sleep well at least?
I don't know. So, okay, last week, right? Like, I had a good week, but I was on this weird sleep schedule where, like, Griffin and I will be awake until, like, 9 or 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then go to sleep. And then by the time it got to Friday, it had gotten all the way around to I was waking up at, like, I was waking up at like 4 in the afternoon and then going to bed even later. So on Friday, I went to bed. Like, I was like, okay, I got to do the podcast. I need to at least take a nap because I am so tired. And this was at like 4 p.m. So I was like, all right, I'm going to sleep for like an hour and then wake up, and I'll be a little bit late for the podcast.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I was just going to fall asleep on my desk. And then, well, I slept through the whole podcast.
Yeah, you did.
And then I got up at like 2 in the morning. I was like, oops. And then I got on Discord and Scott was like, hey, dude, where were you for the podcast? And I was like, well,
here, let me tell you a story.
Yeah. But so this week, Griffin was gone, which means Petey and I got to hang out the entire week. So I hung out, and Petey hung out with me, and we fucking chilled. It was lit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just drinking liquor.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes in the living room.
No.
Bet your ass you didn't smoke cigarettes in my living room.
Lighting nutcrackers on fire in the backyard.
You don't own any nutcrackers.
You should get some, like the nice like Christmas style ones.
I don't know. I cleaned a lot.
Do you think like those ornate nutcrackers like they actually used to crack nuts?
No.
I tried to crack a nut with one time, and I broke it, and someone told me that it was really expensive, but I was a little kid, so I was just like, ha, fuck you, and then I ran away.
I did the same
Fuck
thing.
you. Nutcrackers are for nuts.
Yeah, it's like my grandmother had a bunch of them laid out because my grandmother loves the nutcracker sweet. And I used one and I broke it, and now she doesn't put out the nutcrackers anymore.
How does she feel about the nutcracker sour?
Yeah, so they were supposed to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But nowadays they're just made as knickknacks.
Yeah. My grandmother does love fucking knickknacks. Tell you what, she got a ton of those.
Is her name Patty Whack?
No, it should be. Yo, dog, that would be like too good.
Too good.
That'd be pretty lit.
It's Betty Ann, but like
It's close enough.
That's
it
holy
is also
shit, that is
a
such a grandma
two-parter.
name.
Yeah, right? It's such a grandma name. My great aunt, her name's Bonnie. It's like, yeah, this is some old people names.
Yeah, dude. I wonder if like a long time from now, like names like Michael, John, and Tony will be like
Old ass
grandma
people
and
names.
grandpa names. Yeah, like old people names. And be like,
Why you gotta include my
name
name?
old people names?
And kids are just named like Fidget and Dash and Dad.
Please.
Someone say Fidget?
Yo, dog, Cody, if you don't name your firstborn son Fidget, I'm gonna fucking riot.
Look at
And then
this.
his twin Spinner.
Fidget.
Yeah, dog, Fidget and Spinner, the dynamic duo.
Fidget
This
dab
is the worst
quarterback.
conversation we have ever had on
Fidget,
this
dab,
show.
or spin. Dude, this is the dumbest shit I think I've ever said. I'm gonna be delirious through this whole podcast. That would be enough. Scott, what's up, man?
Hey, Scott.
Nothing.
He left. Scott's gone. He's done with this shit.
No.
How's
Well,
life, dude?
I also didn't hear anything because my internet's been in and out.
Oh, okay. I just said, what's up, man?
Right.
Aw,
And I
man.
said, not much, pretty dead week.
Okay.
And then something happened after that.
Did you this is you don't have school,
Yep.
you're out, so are you just like what's your game plan? Do you just max and relax all day? Do you
Play some b-ball right by the school.
yeah, play some b-ball, burn nutcrackers in your backyard?
He played PUBG with me last night.
Yeah, did that. But no, it's mostly relaxing
Good.
and house stuff that I've been neglecting.
Okay. Gotta do laundry, you gotta clean those socks, man. Tell you what, I did
Or
some cleaning this week. It was very
You just
nice.
go buy more socks.
Yeah, I mean you could do that. I like, man, I just like you take a good sponge sesh where you're just like sponging out something,
Yeah.
like cleaning some
Go on.
dishes or like wiping down the countertops.
Oh, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was very confused.
Not a sponge bath.
Sponge stash.
Put your slash fiction pens away.
Do you think that irrational passion / fiction exists?
Is there
I hope
IP
so.
fanfic?
No.
I'm down. I'd read it.
Somebody should write some IP fanfic. I would love to read some on the show. We could do like a reading session where we.
Oh
read
my
each of our
gosh, a
characters.
A dramatic reading.
Yeah.
No. A sensual reading.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We could like release it as like an audio.
Oh,
episode. I could add like sound effects, like sloshing sounds.
Oh, just straight up like a washing machine, but with the thing open.
Hear that meat pounding. Oh, I'm so fucking tired. Yeah, that should happen. Someone should write that. Obviously, it'd be too self-indulgent if I wrote it, but I would, just so you know. And we would we would bring in the guest, like Griffin would have like a very dramatic scene. Like Cameron Abbott would have like a super sensual scene with Tony.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There'd be a really, really rough bondage scene with me and Alex.
Who's the leather daddy in that situation?
I'm just saying that like rope has much more strength to it than leather.
Okay. All right.
So I'm down to get tied up.
Is someone fidget spinning right now?
It's Griffin. Who the fuck do you think? Dude, you can see my hand. I don't own a fidget spinner. There isn't one in this house.
Oh, someone needs to fix that.
Yo,
Yeah, I
like
was
to
gonna
be
say I
fair,
can
like
fix that.
it is a fucking miracle that Ethan doesn't have like 40 of those things. Like I don't know.
Oh my god, but all people?
Yeah, right. Like you look at him, right? You're like, come on, he's on this bandwagon.
He probably like spins a fidget spinner while vaping.
He's got like fidget spinners in his fucking gauges. Like you would think.
Yo, wait, hold on. Fidget spinner gauges? That's like $1 million idea.
Yeah, I'll tell him to get on it. He does make jewelry. But yeah, like right now, Bashan.
Yeah.
Nothing. Not a one. It's a miracle.
Jeez.
I know.
Is it old man Ethan about it? Like, does he die?
No,
like him at
I
all?
don't think he has a strong opinion. Like they're harder to find around here, right?
He just
Okay.
needs to touch one.
Like honestly, I didn't see one in person at all until I went to California, and then when I came back, now there's like a fidget spinner kiosk in my mall. But like outside of that, like you don't see them. People.
Those are the worst ones to get because you're sold to them by like some random minority that barely speaks English. It's like $20 too expensive, and then you leave and it breaks.
Is this like the opening chapter to your autobiography, Griffin?
No, the opening chapter to my autobiography is much more raunchy.
It's a leather daddy scene actually. The rope scene you gotta say.
The mistakes I made at 14 and why it led me down a path of sexual promiscuity.
What about you, Nabishin? How's life, bud?
It's just been work the entire week. Got calls from certain places, so I might be getting some better employment soon.
Ooh.
So that sounds
Good luck
great.
to you.
Yeah. I just got to wait for them to do the interview process again, and I'll be good.
Cool.
But before we just like move on, you gotta let me know the Snapchat story, do you? Like, cause it's like it's so good. It's so good.
One?
Like you and Damien.
Oh, so like which specifically? For folks who don't follow me on Snapchat, you are missing out on some fucking gold. Alfighter27 is my Snapchat handle. So on my payday, like Damien and I have the same payday. Which every other Friday. So now 2 weeks or 2 paydays in a row, we have like gone to IHOP. Cause like he called me when I was at work last night. He's like, "Do you want to hang out? I'm lonely." And I'm like, "I mean, I work till 9. Do you want to like get pancakes after?" He's like, "I'm still in my work clothes, so I guess I'll come over." And I'm like, "I can lend you some clothes." So that turned into me making him strip for me. I didn't publish those videos. I have them saved to my phone though. So we hung out and then we went to IHOP and we were just dicking around, singing songs in the car and man. So our friend Josh joined us at IHOP as well at some point. IHOP's got this new fucking situation. It's called the cupcake pancakes. Holy shit, y'all! It is like they're pancakes with like rainbow sprinkles in them, and then the top pancake has like cupcake icing on it,
This sounds like something I want to get behind.
and the shit just tastes like a cupcake. It is legitimate.
Mm.
And yeah, that was pretty much it. Unless there was something else.
I was enjoying the y'all singing in the car. That made
Yeah.
me like really laugh.
We get it. We have a good time. We didn't sing any Cher this time though. Next time, that's a fan favorite. But yeah, Ariana Grande usually singing like the inaudible words that Ariana Grande like kind of mumbles together.
But Damien got down packed. Like,
Oh yeah, for
completely.
sure. Like he's got that mumble. If mumble rap is like the mumble rap of mumble rap, then Ariana Grande is the mumble rap of like pop singing. Because like some of her older songs, especially, is like I have no idea what the fuck she is saying.
She, you know that scene in Dragon Ball Z where Goku gets his body stolen by Captain Ginyu?
Yeah.
Okay, so see, Ariana Grande, she stole Mariah Carey's voice, so it took her a little while to be able to say audible words with it.
Yeah. She had to learn how to control it.
So she's got to like adapt to the body, and now it's just hers.
Yeah. She's a very talented young lady. Yeah, but no.
Talented at body snatching.
Yeah. I'll send you. Oh my god, this is a very funny video. I'll send it to you during the break that I saved to my phone. I thought it was too inappropriate to upload to Snapchat, but
Those are the only things you should Snapchat.
it was after we got back from IHOP and Damien was changing back from my clothes to his clothes, and we were just like, I discovered a new character voice that I do, and it's very funny. I'll send it to you, Nobshin.
Okay.
So yeah, we had a good time. Go to IHOP with your friends late at night, guys. Have a good time. Although, like, Damien is becoming one of those people that that's starting to prefer Denny's. I'm like, I don't know if I can fuck with you anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, I just
Hard
can't.
stance.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
hard to trust a human after they do that to your feelings.
Listen, Denny's is 24 hours. I get it. I do not like Denny's. Hard line in the sand.
Ooh.
I'm going to the International House. Do you understand? It's New York cheesecake pancakes. Yeah, I keep calling them the cheesesteak pancakes.
Sounds good.
That's not what they are.
That
But would be so delicious.
doesn't sound bad. Could you imagine like a cheesesteak, but instead of like the bread, they just used a pancake?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not into the sweet and savory combo, but if you are,
Why is a pancake inherently sweet?
it usually tastes sweet to me. I guess it could be savory.
What if like you took the sugar out of your traditional pancake?
You don't make pancakes with sugar. What kind of pancakes are you fucking making?
So you take the sugar out of your traditional pancake, and you take the vanilla extract out of that traditional pancake, right? And you replace both of those things with chili powder.
Neither of those things are in traditional pancakes.
Give us
Just
some
saying.
buttermilk. That's all I'm asking for you.
Okay, so what if you extract the butter from the buttermilk
Okay. Now
and
we're talking.
put in
Just get milk?
habanero pepper?
Mm-hmm.
How would you then eat the pancakes and enjoy them?
No.
All right, well, you're a lost cause.
Alex, last night I made homemade buffalo mac and cheese, and it was good.
Fuck. Do we want to talk about what we've been watching? Are you still caring?
I'm down. We've watched a lot of things recently.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did watch a lot of TV.
Some weeb TV. Yeah, what you got?
Not necessarily.
So I've been just real quick because I only have like the one thing. I recently got into Monster Factory. I briefly brought that up. It's a Polygon show starring Justin and Griffin McElroy. And oh my fucking god, I just watched the first episode of the Fallout 4 Monster Factory, and I pretty much laughed for 25 minutes straight. it is so fun. I don't know if you've ever watched it, Namishin.
Uh-uh.
I know you're not as much of a McElroy head as I am, but Jesus Christ, you should watch it. You should just pick an episode and go. Like any Bethesda game, and go.
Why Bethesda games in particular?
Because Griffin just goes right into the command menu and it's like, all right, let's break this shit. So it is like immediately all bets are off. And like, so Griffin and Nick Robinson Griffin McElroy and Nick Robinson have another series that is just called something the Skyrim. I forgot what the name is. Where it's just them adding different mods to Skyrim and just destroying the game from the inside out. And it's literally just a series about Skyrim mods. And it's also great. I have not watched that, but I've heard amazing things.
Okay.
Touch the Skyrim, that's what it's called. So that would also be your jam. But like, so when they did Fallout 3, they discovered this weird bug in the Bethesda game engine, where if you shrink somebody's size and then kill them, like all of their limbs like stretch out, and like their neck like stretches out, like all of their appendages like stretch, and they look like a weird like slinky person. And they became obsessed with it, and it's so fucking funny. Oh my god! So any Bethesda game and Fallout 4, because they fixed it in Fallout 4, but any Bethesda game, like, you're in for a treat. It's just so much fun. So just a recommendation for all folks out there. There's 3 episodes of the Fallout 4 one. I've only watched the first episode. It's fucking hysterical. They have way too much fun with that show, and it's amazing.
On my side, like pretty much for me, every free moment I have that I'm not playing a game or watching like my usual shit that I watch every day, I've just been watching PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Like I've just been a little bit too obsessed with it. Like I watched Griffin and Scott and NATO last night.
Oh, you watched that win?
I didn't see the win. I saw the match after that where it was like
that's so much less fun.
Oh, that's so much less fun.
I just missed your win. So that was
the worst.
So when you win, is that what a chicken dinner is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Like
a thought, but I don't know.
Yeah, I've been watching Alfredo play a lot lately, and like I saw him get like chicken dinner like back to back, and like, woo.
Yeah, because he's
like,
too good at video games.
He's real good. He's real fucking good in that game too. So like that's been a thing. But yeah, like I think I just pretty much have to buy that game just because I've been enjoying it so much. Just because of that. Like Marco will eventually get the game. Maybe I'll play it with him, but
Are you gonna hold out for the Xbox One version?
No.
Do you want to hold out for a year?
Well, I mean, it's coming to game preview this year, on Xbox One. But yeah,
I mean, like
that's where I'll probably end up playing it. So,
like if Mark's gonna play it anywhere, he's gonna play it on his PC. And like if I'm inclined to play it myself, like I'll probably try to see if my laptop can run it. Probably not, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I hear
you'd be surprised.
It should run it. It's gonna seem like it doesn't run well, but that's just because it doesn't matter what computer you use it on. A game has issues.
Yeah,
for sure.
Me and Tony have very minimal problems.
We also have really strong PCs.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but our PCs kind of drastically make up for the fact that there was problems with that game.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I know you're obsessed with it. I definitely like want to play it. It's a weird thing. So like I've gotten back into Griffin. You might not know this. I've gotten back into Overwatch. So like the idea of getting into another competitive game is like daunting to me.
In a weird way, like PlayerUnknown's is competitive, but also at the exact same time, it is very not competitive because worst comes to worst, you lose a match, you start another one in like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Like
losing is not a big deal. I have actually become very, very like zero fucks given when I play that game, and I win quite a lot now. And it's just like, because I know worst comes to worst, I die from some bullshit, I'm back in the game in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Greg recently got the game, and I've been playing with him.
Oh, okay.
Right. Every time he does something wrong and gets everybody killed, he's like, "Why didn't you tell me not to do that?" I'm like,
That's pretty good. I would love to hear some Greg Pug-G stories.
So okay, here's an idea for me to float out on this this live podcast on the internet.
Yeah.
So live stream twitch.tv.
Yeah.
Irrational Passions hosts Alex, Tony, Scott, and Navashin.
Yeah.
A squad in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Going for that chicken dinner.
I'd do that if we could get it to happen.
Yeah.
you guys get the game. I'm down.
Yeah, me and Scott just took the 4 Yanks, 1 Aussies boy for chicken dinner last night. So
Yeah,
Yep.
I saw you guys tweeting about it. Cool. How big can you have a squad of?
you
Up
can
to
have
4.
a squad of 4.
You can have a squad up to 4 or unlimited if you cheat.
Okay.
True.
Yeah. All right, fair.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
We've definitely done like a squad of 2 and a squad of 3 where we just communicate.
We definitely had a squad of 8 one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's what happens: is the other people are chill, so we just shoot each other anyway.
True.
Anybody else been watching anything rad? I don't want to spend too much time because we're already at 41 minutes.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be something that's supposed to be lasting too long. Just like quick fire.
Yeah, it's a good pub talk, but
Um,
animes for you two weebs out there.
well, actually, I've been watching a lot of stuff that isn't anime. Me and Tony watched the Shooter TV show that was remade.
No,
from
just
the
you,
Marvel
not me.
movie. Oh yeah, I watched that one by myself. Sorry, it all blends together. The Shooter TV show that was Mark Wahlberg helped produce from that like 2002 movie that he was in. It's really good. I watched all of Netflix's Sense8, which is a movie about these 8 people that have a telepathic connection. That show is really cool. It's very
I watched like the beginning and the end of it.
Yeah, Tony missed like the entire middle, which was great.
Sure wasn't
I
confusing.
watched a bunch of anime things. If you want the best anime of the season, it's called, I believe, Knights and Magic. It's about mechs that isn't about mechs, but it's about this
No,
genius.
the best one is Restaurant to Another World.
That show's all right.
Or My Girlfriend is a Gal, right, Griff?
Oh God, no! Please don't watch
No,
that show.
no,
It's
don't
so
watch it.
fucking weird. So that's not a good. That is a joking recommendation. Please don't anyone take that seriously.
Griff, have you watched the Castlevania Netflix series?
I have. I really liked it. I wish it was longer than 4 episodes because that was some bullshit.
Yeah, I watched it as well. I really liked it. I was just curious if you'd seen
My
it.
only problem with it was that I wanted significantly more of it.
Yeah, which is not a bad problem to have. Hopefully they are. Apparently the second season's gonna be 8 episodes. So hopefully.
I think that this was kind of like a test run for them, right? Like if anyone had
sure.
interest in it, they
it's
weren't
a
going to take
risky.
more.
It's a risky proposition too. Like anything video games, you're always like taking a risk, pretty much.
Yeah,
So, but I
because
think
like
they
video
did-
game movies are garbage.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. So
I do too. I think they did a
that
great job.
whole last scene is like so fucking perfect.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Have you
And
checked
then of
that
course,
out at all, Navashin?
No, I still haven't seen it yet.
oh,
Go ahead. Griff.
sorry, I just like cracked the hell out of my neck. Of course, the Boruto TV show is real good.
So good. Okay. Scott, Tony, you guys?
Yeah, so I discovered that I had missed and then subsequently watched the entire 5th season of House of Cards.
Yeah.
Show's so good.
You
It's
discovered
so
it. You missed
good. Yeah,
It
Like-
dropped at the end of May.
right. It came out recently, and I had and I would be looking for it. Like I didn't realize that it was the 5th season that I needed to watch. So I was looking when is the season? Like what have I last seen? Like I just looked at the Netflix description of the episodes, and it sounded like it could plausibly be something that I had already seen. So I just waited, and then I realized that the season so I looked it up, right, because I thought that season 5 I'd already seen that. So I looked up House of Cards season 6. I was like, when is season 6 releasing for House of Cards? And I clicked on the first article that popped up, and the third sentence in was a major story spoiler for the end of season 5. And I was like, I definitely haven't seen that yet. So I gotta watch season 5. And so then I went and I watched the whole season in 2 days. And God, House of Cards is so good. It's probably my favorite TV show.
Damn.
Yeah, it's real good.
Cool.
But yeah, that was it was nice to because I had been waiting for that season to come out for forever, so it was nice to just actually have the whole thing to watch. So
Yeah. Scott?
Nope.
Cool. Watching good YouTube poop, guys?
Actually,
yes,
Actually,
Actually, I literally
I'm taking
knew
it back. I'm
that
taking it
Scott
back.
would say that. Yeah.
Maybe it was last week,
Okay.
but a couple new cartoon episodes came out.
Okay.
There was a
what
couple of
shows?
Adventure Time ones.
fuck.
I believe it
Didn't
was.
know.
And then there was a few teases at a different cartoon, new one. I don't remember the name of it.
Okay. Rad.
I recently rewatched the Holiday Spectacular 2016 of Giant Bomb's Hitsmas. God,
Okay.
it's when all the Giant Bomb hosts play Hitman.
Mhm.
Man, if you haven't seen it and you like the Giant Bomb hosts, it's real good. Vinny gets up to some ridiculous shenanigans in a way that only Vinny can.
God, what did his run last? Like an hour? It seemed.
It's
it
the
lasted a
majority
long
of
time.
that. It's the majority of that episode.
Vinny's
Every
was
time
actually
that Tony
the only one.
watches YouTube videos in the living room, I want to castrate myself with a butter knife
But why?
because I
Why?
hate YouTube. I hate the platform. I hate the way videos are made. I hate most of the people that host things.
Yeah, but what about Shane Dawson?
So
That's
bad.
a deep cut. Somebody mentioned Shane Dawson to me. I don't know if you guys even know who that is.
I have no idea.
He's a YouTuber, like old school YouTuber. Somebody mentioned Shane Dawson by name to me recently. I was like, oh my god, I totally blacked out that entire part of the internet.
Look, dude, I just watch a lot of Dude Perfect.
People whose primary output is like YouTube vlogs. It's like, oh god, that's right.
You exist.
This is a thing.
Mhm.
People make
Yeah.
millions of dollars off of.
Yeah, I can handle about 1 hour of YouTube a day, but the second I get past the first hour, I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
It's just not real TV to me.
I all I watch on YouTube is like Game Grumps. So it's a weird
I
answer.
do like me some Game Grumps.
Hell yeah. How about we get this show started?
Hell yeah.
I have to use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a drink real fast. I'll be
And
back.
I'll refill my water. I'll be right back.
Fidget spin to win.
That fidget spinner needs some WD-40.
It really does. It wasn't as loud when we first bought it.
That needs some WD-420.
Wow. Wow, thanks, Alex.
That was some low-hanging fruit, but you went there.
That fruit hung lower than my grandpa's nutsack.
How low is that?
Real low.
So low. Scott.
Hi,
Hey, bud.
I'm. Never mind.
What?
Not doing that.
What?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. By the way, if you're trying to buy sharps, now is the best time to be buying sharps.
I could, but I still don't have a single thing to enhance, so I'm trying to buy that first.
That's fair.
Nabishin, are you still here?
He's dead.
Nope, Nabishin's dead. All right. What is this closed beta of? Fortnite. What is Fortnite?
New game.
New game.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because your progress is persistent between PS4 and PC, so you can play on both consoles. But I don't really know what the game is about. I just know that I knew people who wanted to play it.
Interesting. Is it cross-platform then?
I think so.
Which game?
Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
I don't know much about it, but I know that your progress persists between consoles.
Okay, that's interesting. Oh God, why is this chocolate milk so good?
It's because chocolate milk is like a perfect drink.
No. But this is like the best chocolate milk.
It's decent chocolate milk, yeah.
I get it delivered via glass bottles to my door. It's real good.
You're so much classier than I am, Griff.
No, I like the idea of having an actual milkman.
He wants someone to be working for him at all times.
Yeah.
Have you ever played Psychonauts?
No.
Then never mind.
Okay.
All right.
Nabashin. Why do I have 2 cell phone numbers for you? Is Nabashin back?
No, I don't think so.
I'll wait then.
I was gonna do a lightning round with him where he gave me 3 topics and I gave him the hottest takes I could think of.
Is bacon at fucking In-N-Out one of them?
Okay. You want the hottest take of my life? Because I will start this.
I really don't. At least not this specific one. I'd rather you save your hot take for like a good one. Like a
Okay, that's fair.
Strong contender, you know? I want you to keep that energy, that fire burning in your heart. I hope you're ready to record, Griff.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here. How inappropriate am I supposed to be on a level of 1 to 10?
6.
6? Okay, I can do that.
Nabashin,
Whenever you're ready.
can you type in the chat what the first 3 digits of your phone number are? Because I have 2 for you, apparently. What is this other number?
Is that the number for your sex lookalike for Nabashin? The hooker that you call that kind of looks like Nabashin? So you can live out your fantasies with Nabashin?
Maybe it's an old phone number? Did you have
Was it 757?
Yeah.
That's my old one. Then.
Okay.
No, this is a less exciting story.
Okay. All right, I sent you those. Sent all y'all those videos. So you can just enjoy that. Let me get the test recording. Just make sure this looks good. Okay. There's some dumb fucking voices in that too.
I'm really sunburned. It doesn't feel good. Okay.
That was a good reaction too. What is this fucking shit, Tony?
What?
This video you sent me.
Oh, it's a funny video.
I guess I got Griffin's number now.
Yeah. That's the direct line where you send nudes to the government.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the government saves my nudes. I would save my nudes. Did you know that Snapchat
Alex is
archives
in there
every
real deep
picture
right
that's
now.
I'm watching this video. What the fuck?
What is happening?
Oh, this is real old. Like,
It's so old, but it's so funny.
Jesus Christ.
I heard that series funny.
Like Lowly Dragon Girl or whatever it's called.
What?
Miss Kobayashi's
Miss
Dragon.
Kobayashi's Dragon Maid?
I heard that.
Kobayashi Maru? Yeah.
Yeah, so close.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm ready.
Sure.
Tony, Scott,
Hi.
The what?
ready? You got to record?
Nope.
Remember, part we have to record audio. Can you guys like just try and get me your audio files a little bit faster? Just
Wow, rude.
Yeah, dude. You had mine instantly last week.
don't even.
Alex, I sent you mine last week, right? It was a 0 kilobyte file.
Ready.
Tony, good.
What's up?
You ready?
We're about the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Hold on.
Do I need to do anything?
You have to record your own audio.
Looks like nobody was ready.
You fucking wanted to be on this shit show.
Okay, I'm not mad about having to record my own audio. I'm mad because I don't know how to record my own audio.
Do you have Audacity on your computer?
I think Tony made me download that. Sounds like something he would do.
Wow, Tony made me download this.
I mean, you do tend to do that.
It's true.
It was more like I was helping him set up all the software on his computer when I first made it. And I was using 99.com, which is a website where you should go whenever you make a new computer that lets you download
I have Audacity. Yay.
Cool.
And Audacity is one of those options, so I clicked it.
Do you remember how this works, Griffin?
Sure.
I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. On 1, we'll hit record together.
Okay, hold on, because it's still opening, and yeah.
I would make sure you're connected to the right microphone. I'm not sure what mic you're using.
Tony, just come here. You're literally in the other room, and you can make sure I don't do this wrong.
Sure, you're a big boy, Griff.
Okay, I've also never used this program before.
So there's a little icon that looks like a microphone, and next to it it says microphone, and
Okay,
then it has a source.
Yeah. Okay.
And you
Okay.
pick the microphone that you're using, and then the next one looks like a headphone speaker. You click your headset,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Okay, I'm done.
Then you click the red button and say like 2 words, then click stop and listen back to it to make sure it picks up
La
your
la
voice.
la la la.
George Cruz in the chat.
And then after you listen to it, you click the X on that track, and you're ready.
Oh, hey, that sounds real good. I have a real good microphone, guys. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
You good?
Yeah.
So you got a blank audio thing. You're ready to go?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Why is it so long?
What?
Okay, never mind. Shut up. Okay, I'm good.
Okay. Tony, you good?
Yeah, I'm here.
Scott, you good?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. When I say 1, that's when you hit record, Griff.
Okay. What if there's a delay in Google Hangouts?
I'll figure it out.
All right.
Don't worry. I've done this. Ain't my first rodeo. All right, on 1.
Is it your second rodeo?
367th, 37th, whichever one.
Are you the greatest
38th.
matador of all time?
Yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You did it. Look at you guys.
Hello.
I mean, technically, you don't know if I did it right.
Did you
But
do
I
it,
did.
Griffin?
Yeah, I did.
Are you recording?
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy.
think so. I'm proud of you.
Also, I want to take a minute. I don't typically pimp the Brosi here on the podcast because it's like a weird, incredibly inappropriate show. That's kind of separate from the other stuff that I do. But the most recent episode of the Brosi that we recorded, it was the best OC rewatch podcast on the internet, if you're unaware. Hosted by myself, John Anderson, and Tyler Treese. The most recent episode we recorded, season 2, episode 3, we had John Anderson's wife on, Katie Anderson. It's a fucking banger. It's so fun. It is so So funny. If there's a video version of that John ends up putting out, you have to watch it because, yeah, there's a visual component to it that's hilarious.
Was that your first woman guest on the show?
No, we had Joey. Joey Noelle was our first guest. So.
Okay, because I was wondering if Joey was on the show.
Yeah. She was. It was the first time Joey and I podcast together. I was like, of course, the OC would bring us together. So we had Joey on, Nato on, Katie on. We have a few other guests lined up as well. All right. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Emotionally or otherwise. Let me tweet out. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Nobshin, could you do me a favor? Could you help me figure out a bet? By that I mean figure out a bet.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Thank you. I just don't have it in me. I went through all the news. No news happened.
No, not really.
Yeah, that was the other thing that happened. So you got it. Cool. Let's get started. You ready, Griffin? You feeling good?
I feel great.
I need you to answer me one question before we really get started.
Okay.
Do you feel loved and included?
I feel really loved and included. I feel like the air around me is gently caressing my nutsack.
All right.
Mainly because I'm only wearing boxers right now, and I have a nice breeze.
All right.
Right.
But hey, thanks for having me on, if that was your question.
Always a pleasure. Always.
Even though you were like basically bullied and guilt tripped into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Nobshin just wanted me on so I could hot take something.
Oh yeah, we'll get some hot takes.
Hey guys,
Okay.
can we talk about In-N-Out real quick?
Oh my fuck.
Oh no, please don't get me started on this.
No,
Please.
let's not get started. Let's start the podcast and not start In-N-Out. All right. Oh, gotta get my PFP on. PSP? PFP.
Yeah, the PSP.
The pre-fuck puff.
The pre-flow puff.
Wow.
You know what? I am not a stranger to the pre-fuck puff. I'm gonna let you know, Griff.
I'm never been prouder than anyone in this entire world, except for this moment right now.
My girlfriend thought it was cute back in the day.
I would have thought it'd be pretty cute if I'm about to drill someone and they're like, wait, hold on, let me get ready for this and take a puff from my inhaler.
I need an inhaler so I don't have an asthma attack mid-stroke.
I'm gonna die on this podcast.
Hell yeah, me too, son.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. It is Saturday, July 29th, 2017, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I'm your host, Alex O'Neill, and joining me this week, we have Scott Guthier, Tony Horvath,
Hey.
Brian Nobishin Jackson.
I have a pen. I have an apple. Apple pen. I have a pen. I have pineapple. Pineapple pen. Apple pen. Pineapple pen. Pineapple pen. I messed up the end, but you get the idea.
I got the idea. You delivered the message well, I think. Clearly.
Sure.
That's a classic one. It's like
I just heard about it this week.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, that dude was like on Sesame Street. You know that? It's fucking crazy. Griffin Guccione is joining us this week as well. Hi, Griff.
We did not spend enough time on Nobishin doing the pineapple pen thing. that was wild. I started crying from that.
I want to get everybody introduced. Like, I want to get the guests introduced first, and then.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what's up? I saw you.
So, Hey everybody, welcome to Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 338, which is a very high number. Do you ever realize how large the numbers are at this point? Like how little the number matters?
Dude, Irrational Passions podcast is basically a clicker. You're just waiting for the numbers to get higher.
Yeah, the numbers just get higher and it somehow maintains a steady level of mediocre quality.
Wow, that sounds scarily like someone's sex life that I know.
Damn. Slight.
Okay. Danny Juarez isn't on the show right now.
Oh, damn. Shots fired. Somewhere, Danny's out there texting me to beat near.
Somewhere, I don't know. I've never played that game.
It's pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like it. But we got a great show lined up for you all. If you've never listened to Irrational Passions podcast before, it is a podcast about video games, and I think it's pretty good. But you can be the judge. Come in. Let's go on an adventure into the video game podcast land. First, let's start off with some housekeeping, just to get a few things out of the way. Nothing really new going on in Irrational Passions land, but by the time this episode is out in audio form, there will be something new. But right now, in the live version of the show, there is nothing I can say. The team that works hard at making fun things to read on IrrationalPassions.com is launching a new thing early next week. Possibly Monday or Tuesday. That is what we're looking at. And you should stay tuned for that. If you were listening to the podcast, just go to IrrationalPassions.com. I'm sure it'll be on the front page. It is very, very, very exciting. I'm very, very proud of the stuff they've been working on, and I'm excited for you all to hear it. It is a thing you can listen to and enjoy, and will hopefully be unique and different and very, very exciting for the site. So go check that out, rationalpassions.com. For those watching live, you can always watch our podcast live as we record them, youtube.com/irrationalpassions, Saturday nights, 7:30 Eastern time. I don't want to say too much here, just because it's their big announcement, so I'll let them announce it. Yeah, stay tuned to the Twitters and whatnot. They've been working on it for about a month now. Just kind of longer than that, even beyond it, but kind of gearing up into the final stages of production. So I'm very excited for them. So stay tuned for that. That's the only bit of housekeeping I wanted to kind of get out of the way up front. I think that's it. That's all I got. I really want to roll right into it and kind of get started. Real quick, Griffin. If folks don't know what you get up to on the internet, you do stuff.
I stream most often competitive multiplayer games where you kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Happens to be the video game talent of mine.
Yeah.
I appear on people's shows and podcasts. I have a lot of friends in the cool world that we live in, that is the gaming industry.
Mm-hmm.
I have some hot takes on Twitter. Those
Yeah.
are fun to find. And weird videos of me singing in the kitchen with my dog.
These are mostly just things that appear on my Twitter.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, true.
I have a cooking blog that nobody knows about, that if you find it, congrats, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I post weird personal things on there.
I think you told me about it once, but I forgot it.
It's okay. But it has all my secret recipes of that good Italian food and other things.
Most importantly, Griffin, you airdropped me phone to phone your recipe for mac and cheese.
That is true. I did.
Which I have. I still haven't gotten the chance to try that, but
I actually made that exact recipe last night, except I added some buffalo sauce to it and gave some to Tony, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. For folks longtime listeners of IP, Griffin's obviously been on before, but for new time listeners, Griffin is also Tony's roommate. They're in the same house right now.
We are. I could go touch his wee-wee.
You could. Full
So
disclosure.
far, that hasn't happened, and thank God.
Well,
So far, Tony's never seen me naked, which I often am he just does a good job of not coming in my room.
That's good. That's a
Comes in
skill.
your room in another way.
Oh, winky face.
No, I actually often feel really bad about the times when I have like a friend over in my room and we're really loud and Tony has to listen. But I feel like he has his headphones on most of the time, so he doesn't really hear.
Yeah.
Except for the one time I had sex in the shower and it echoed through the whole house.
Jesus.
Yep, that did happen.
Well, moving on. If
Don't
you
keep it out of 6.
yeah,
That was mild.
that's mild. No, I'm just teasing. Is another little thing, a little bit of housekeeping actually I'll throw out since we had a brief housekeeping segment this week. Twitch.tv/Griffin Senpai.
Griffin
Yes.
Senpai, yeah.
That is where folks can go follow
Yeah,
you.
that's where you can find me. Also on Mixer now as well. And my Twitter handle is also Griffin Senpai.
Is Mixer better?
I wouldn't say one's better than the other. I like that Mixer has no chat delay, so people can see things happen in real time, and they can talk to me about it in real time. And that way, because like it's really annoying when someone's like trying to interact with me while I'm streaming, and someone's just like, "Oh, that's a cool thing that just happened on your screen," and I see it like 2 minutes later, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Because something completely different has happened since then.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool.
Our mutual friend Joe Ruffler has been very successful on Mixer, and he
Yes.
likes it a lot for the same reason.
Yeah.
If you ever get a chance, go follow him. He's Ruffles on Mixer. He's great.
Real quick, if you were unaware, in the video versions of the show, which are just the uncut, unedited versions, raw, if I may, that published live to YouTube right after we finish recording. So it doesn't have all the music, the audio is not leveled, and some other things. So it's maybe not up to standard, but you get to see it a little bit early. It also has bonus content in it, which is just non-video game. It's basically like our pre-show warm-up of us just talking to each other and hanging out. And where we talk about stuff that isn't video games. For example, this week we talked about my car being attacked by people and breaking, anime, and I literally forgot what we talked about.
A lot of dicks.
Well, I mean, we could summarize the other thing as body slamming children.
Oh yeah, there's body slamming children there as well.
Yeah, that too.
For sure.
Just something I did.
So, go check it out. We had like 50 minutes of bonus content this week. We talked about superheroes a lot.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did.
Just a thing, if you were unaware, I mean, a lot of people listen to the audio version of the show and nothing else, and just something to go check out. But let's talk about video games. Let's talk about what we've been playing. And I want Griffin to kick things off. What you been playing, Griff?
So I played a lot of the Destiny 2 beta, even though that was kind of like last week. I've been in the mountains for 5 days, so I haven't played anything the last 5 days. But 2 weeks ago, I played the Destiny 2 beta.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah, George Cruz and I talked about it a little bit last week. I was very interested to get both your and Tony's take. Especially you guys have been playing a lot of competitive multiplayer.
Yeah,
in that
that's
beta.
most of the beta. So
Yeah. Whereas like I don't really have any interest in it. So, but you guys you were enthralled with that stuff. Like you guys would definitely commit to it when we would play Destiny. Original together, you guys were way more
in
into it than
original
I was.
Destiny, I have logged 1,200 hours of PvP.
Yeah, so that is that's your guys' jam. So how do you guys feel about it? So it's now 4v4 instead of 6v6.
That part I'm very okay with. Small team games were always my favorite in Destiny. When you get into higher team counts, like 5s and 6s, a lot of times it's more about luck than it is skill.
Okay.
So smaller team games, I prefer 3s, but 4 is all right. 4 seems like a good balance between 3 and 6.
Yeah, Trials of Osiris, the 3v3 elimination was definitely in my opinion, the most rewarding multiplayer, just because it is always so intense and it is.
Yeah.
There are way more stakes. So, for sure. How do you I'm not sure what the multiplayer offered in the beta even is.
So there was 2 game modes. Obviously, the non-competitive version, which was a domination style game mode with 3 areas that you can control. You obviously get more points per kill if you control an area.
Okay.
If you control all three, you don't. Or if the other team controls all three, you don't get points for kills. So there's that style, and then there was the what they called competitive game mode, which was a take on search and destroy. Basically, when you die, you have to be revived. Um, there are two areas where you can plant a bomb. When the bomb is planted, it detonates in I think it's 3 minutes.
Okay.
If the bomb goes off and your team was the one that planted it, you win. If you're the defending team, you have to defuse the bomb or kill all the other players, and defuse the bomb, and it switches back and forth from round to round.
Cool. Was that good? Because that's like a new mode to Destiny. So
yeah, to Destiny, it's a new mode. It's a mode that anyone that's played Call of Duty would be slightly familiar with, or other, common competitive shooters. It was done well. It to me seemed executed very well. The very similar to other games where reviving is very a key integral part. You really need to be playing with people that you can talk to, because lack of coordination just is a shit show in that game mode.
Yeah, I can only imagine. And like I'm pretty sure they've already said like trials is a thing that will continue in Destiny 2. So
yeah,
I can't imagine a world where it doesn't. That I am also curious to kind of.
Yo, Alex, we're gonna get you to that lighthouse.
Dude, I would love to. I'd love to make it happen. If any two fucking Destiny players can get me there, it's you two. So,
yeah, I played a lot of Destiny.
yeah, I mean that was the dream when we played Rise of Iron together, just to get me to the lighthouse. But just
Rise of Iron was like the tail end of my Destiny interest, though.
Yeah.
Like as far as like, I played way more whenever Trials first came out, and then like the expansions. Each expansion after that, I played slightly less.
Yeah. Real quick, Tony, how do you feel about the multiplayer stuff?
Destiny 2?
Yes.
It's good. Like, I think that it's true to the PvP in the original Destiny. I think that 4-player teams are a smart decision. I think that the game works better in smaller teams than it does in larger teams. But I don't know. I have some questions about some of the class decisions. Like, I feel like Hunter is pretty underpowered in the beta. And I honestly like the entire idea of Hunter's special skill being the shade step. I feel like needs a rework. It doesn't make Hunter feel really unique in a way that the other two do. But in like generally speaking, I think that the PvP was pretty good in the beta. It's not super different than Destiny 1, so people that were expecting that pretty quickly dismissed it as a shitty beta. But I think that it is what it should have been. It is what it made sense for it to be. So.
Okay, and now I just want to pivot here and kind of make up the ground that we talked about last week. Like, how do you? So there's obviously the story mission that you play, and there's a strike in there as well. For Destiny 2's beta, how do you guys feel about the kind of tweaks and adjustments, very, very slight and minor tweaks that they've made to Destiny in Destiny 2, just overall, now that you've gotten hands-on with it?
I think a lot of stuff was just like basic quality of life. There's if you're going from planet to planet, there is no longer a need to go to orbit. If you're opening up the menu, like you now have access to every menu from any menu. If you press certain buttons, it'll take you to another menu instead of having to like exit out and then go open up a different menu. You can be checking out your inventory. You press R1, I believe it was, and then you go straight into like loading yourself into a Crucible match and stuff like that. So a lot of like easy quality of life stuff that I think was smart. And then everything down to like the class tweaks, the gunplay tweaks, like everything is much more centered around your primary gunplay than it was before, especially in PvP, but also I felt like in the strikes and certain story missions. Heavy is like a nice thing, but it's very, very minimalistic now. You don't use it as much, which felt good. It feels less like a game where everyone has an advantage over loot and more of a game that like anyone can get into, I guess. It didn't seem so daunting, right? Like playing Destiny when you started playing, it was just like, cool, I do no damage to anything and everyone has better guns than me.
Yeah.
But this game seemed very balanced. Maybe that was just because it was a beta, but I liked it. I liked
Well,
it.
everyone was also locked at a specific light level as well.
Yeah.
So,
which is now called power. Your power level.
you mean my light level?
Yeah, I mean, like, we're gonna call it light levels. It's just like in Bloodborne, how we called Blood Echoes souls. Like,
Yeah, it's just not something that's gonna change.
It's the same shit, man. Like, what about you, Tony? How you feel kind of about the general tweaks to Destiny 2?
I think that I kind of was getting at earlier, right? Like, I think that it is overall a positive as in terms of the PvP aspects of Destiny. However, I think that comes at the cost of a couple major oversights for PvE. Kind of an example of what I'm talking about, like sniper rifles and shotguns are now classified as heavy weapons. Essentially, I don't know what Destiny 2's term for it. I think energy weapons or something.
Power weapons.
Power weapons. So they now you have to get heavy drops of ammunition just to use a sniper or a shotgun, which that doesn't bode well for the PvE in that game, in my opinion, because like having situations where using a sniper was most efficient, using your sword was efficient, using shotguns was good, and then always having that general purpose primary weapon, and then when you need to do some big damage, the heavy weapon like the rocket launcher or whatever really helps to define encounters in Destiny's PvE. So I'm interested to see what they'll do to balance out the fact that now a sniper rifle is classified in a category of the same power as a rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
And a shotgun is in the same category as it as well. So like now we basically, what the stance that they're taking is essentially that, hey, this shotgun you have in your hands packs the same amount of punch as a rocket launcher. So I want to see them, make good on that. I'm just concerned that PvE will turn into, by necessity, a battle of attrition with strictly primary weapons, because now you get to have 2 slots full of primary weapons. Just one has an elemental burn on it, which that's fine, but I don't know. I still don't think that the secondary weapons really belong with the heavy weapons.
Yeah, okay.
So a couple things like that kind of scare me as far as the PvE aspects go. I think a lot of balancing and stuff that has taken place for the beta specifically is largely in favor of PvP. So I think there has to be some kind of middle ground there, or they have to decide to balance the game separately for PvP and PvE.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a hard thing to do, to balance a game like that. So.
And I think we'll see more too, as well as with the introduction of more exotic weapons, because we always know that like exotics change the way that we think about a weapon class. The exotic hand cannons really like changed the way that people played with hand cannons, and like things like No Land Beyond, which is a primary sniper, changed the way that people chose to snipe in that game. So I think in the same way that like exotic weapons have changed the game in Destiny 1 whenever everything was the way it was, I think they'll play a huge role in Destiny 2 now, because there may be secondary or primary sniper rifles or shotguns that you may be able to equip in different slots that may really make which exotic you choose determine how you play, which is how I've always felt like I wanted it to be. But by the end of Destiny 1, I was using 3 different legendary weapons because they were better than exotics.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I don't know, because in that story mission, I don't know if you get the same exotic weapon no matter what.
Depending on your class.
Okay. I played the Warlock, and so you get like a submachine gun, which is a new kind of weapon as well for Destiny 2, which is very good.
Yeah, so I played all 3. The Warlock one, like, it requires you to take arc damage, I think, and then it gets strong, kind of like Zalo used to, after you take burn damage. Hunters, you get a hand cannon that it has Firefly, makes everything blow up.
Cool.
And the Titan gets basically a minigun.
Okay, nice.
Super neat if you check that one out, because that's I think that's the most exotic of the three.
Mhm.
It's a cool gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I liked about the submachine gun is if it starts an arc burn on enemies, it'll chain together and it'll also like refill the clip, so you can just fire endlessly if you start an arc burn and continue it. So it's I thought it was really cool. Plus, like it was again the first exposure to submachine guns for Destiny, and I thought it was a really nice feeling close range weapon. So, like a good fire from the hip gun as well. So, yeah, I'm a big fan. Again, like I just played the story mission. I wanted to play the strike, but like they put out a patch for the beta. It's like 16 gigabytes.
That's a large patch.
And I didn't have enough room to download it, so I was just like, I'm just gonna delete the beta. I'm done. I'm good.
You still never played some PvP with us, bro.
I know. I got a nice FaceTime call at about 2 o'clock in the morning my time. Just remind me how much of a terrible human being I am.
Okay, I said nothing of the sort. All I said was that I will go and fight someone from Amazon if that's what I needed to do for you to get your beta code.
They sent me my beta code like 8 hours later. So I did get it the next day at least.
I'm glad. That's because you sent a strongly worded email.
I talked to a person over chat, said some heinous things. I didn't. That was very nice. His name's like Raphael or something. I talking to a guy on fucking Amazon support chat at 2:30 in the morning. You did say that you were very disappointed in me, which hurt me a great deal on the inside, Griffin.
Sometimes we say the harshest things to the people we love to kick them in the balls and have them make right decisions.
Yeah, I still don't get the beta code, so here we are. Yeah, like I'm glad again. Like the thing I wanted to see was the story mission. Like we had talked about the week before, and George and I talked about this last week. Like one of the first things you see in that fucking story mission is a dude talking to you in front of you. So like I was good. I was like, all right, they did it. Cool, I'm happy. Yeah, I was really into the story mission, and I'm excited to play Destiny 2. Very excited.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to play with you guys as well. Do you know if the squads for just like going through missions and stuff is 3 or 4?
As far as I know, the fire team size is still 3.
Okay.
That could change. I could be wrong.
I hope that they increase the maximum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's 4, I feel like 4 is a good number.
If they do 4 for story missions and strikes, and then they do 6 for raids, I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
I would also be okay with them doing 4 for story missions and strikes and 8 for raids.
Me too. Yeah.
Because you double the fire team size from... Because, I mean, that's what it was in Destiny 1, right? It was a double fire team size for a raid, which would make sense. But
and then you could split into 2 squads of 4, and I feel like that would be...
Yeah.
That would be badass. I bet you could do some cool level design around 2 squads of 4. But, there's nothing that says, like, you can't have the first raid have 6 players and the next raid have 8, so...
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of potential going forward.
Yeah, I hope to see some more, like, breaking the mold as far as raids and stuff go in Destiny 2.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like near the end of Destiny 1 that a lot of the raids were just kind of different skins on the same types of encounters.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, to be fair, like, there's not, like, so much you can do with 6 people that have guns killing a boss monster, right? Like, it makes sense that the formula that they kind of fell into was boss is immune for a long time until you do said thing to make him able to take damage. At that time, you unload damage into him. Like, it makes sense. But I hope that they kind of, like, get creative, kind of like they did with the encounters, such as, like, the siege tank.
Yeah, or, like, and, like, I think and this is why it's probably my favorite raid, like, all of the stuff that you did in Wrath of the Machine is, like, there are cool hooks to it, like going into the safe rooms and sealing the rooms off is, like, a really cool idea that I think it's hard to do, like, it's hard to pull it off in game, but when you do, it is, like, endlessly satisfying.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I definitely think there's room to kind of lean more into like little unique parts of each fight, and like do things that aren't just traditionally a fight, like the siege tank. So, yeah, for sure. And with more players or less players, like a 4-person raid, I think you could do stuff like that. So,
Do you think Destiny 2 was doing enough to make it a 2?
um,
In your opinion?
so I wrote a thing about this, and hopefully I'll publish it at some point. I need to clean it up a lot, but I wrote a thing like, here's why I'm excited about Destiny 2 after playing the beta. Of just like, here are all the little adjustments that they've made that really add up. To me, it's starting to feel like a yes. I think like ultimately, if you look at it on face value of what you see and what you're getting presentation wise, it's not going to come across that way. But I think like they are changing a lot under the hood. It's going to be hard to know before like I can see like what it really looks like in front of you, like when you take that step back and kind of see the scope of it all.
The
But
main
right
thing
now, like it feels like a yes to me, and that's just because like Griffin said, there's a lot of like quality of life changes that.
Yeah,
feel
the main thing that bothers me
significant.
with most people's opinion of like Destiny 2 isn't a new game. It's like they didn't want a new game. Like the reason what people are complaining about is that Destiny 2 isn't a different game.
Yeah,
Like it's a sequel. The difference between Halo 2 and Halo 3 super not very prevalent. Like
yeah,
it's basically the same game. It's just more of the same game. And if you wanted more Destiny, that's what you got. You got a sequel to Destiny. And it's like congratulations. They made the first game they made the same but slightly better cuz that's usually what a sequel is. Like Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, basically the same game. Modern Warfare 3, fucking fantastic. Modern Warfare 2, great shooter. They were both the same game. Like, I mean, just like legitimately speaking, yeah, there's some new guns, some stuff looked different. One had better graphics, basically the same game. Like, it's a sequel. I don't know what people expected from it because that's all it is.
yeah. And like the thing with me is like Destiny is so ambitious in its ideas, like right, like if they can execute on those ideas in a fuller and better way, like from the get go, I think Destiny 2 as a sequel, like as a shooter sequel, is a success.
Yeah.
And because like I imagine Destiny 2 will be around for at least 2 or 3 years. So like with that in mind, a lot of small changes can go a long way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I Destiny is still going to be a very intimidating thing to enter.
Yeah, do you think you'll get any new players, or is this the same squad?
I think it will because like if the stuff where like matchmaking to get into strikes and raids is like works, which that's a big if, to be fair, their whole clan system. If that works, like you can get a lot more people engaging with the content that some people just never saw from the original Destiny. And if like there is a cohesive story, which it seems like that they're at least like presenting there to be, I'm hopeful that like that gets a large subsect of people that are just like, well, now I have something for me that doesn't want to play with other people. Like that gets me in the door, and then maybe from there you might want to experiment with the weird shit that Destiny is. It's like Destiny's still like a weird fucking video game.
Yeah.
There's no video game like Destiny. It's just the reality of it. And I don't know. I think that's still exciting. I think much like a lot of MMOs and a lot of like MOBAs, like things that are like unique and big in their own regard, and have like a like passionate fan base rallying around them. There's like a morbid curiosity from the folks outside of that do want to find a way in, but it's just like, can Destiny 2 lay out a pathway for them in? Is that a single player? Is that matchmaking? Is that clans? I don't know, and we'll have to kind of wait to see what it is. So, but I'm hopeful. I'm feeling good about it. It's kind of like a inverse of where I was at with the Destiny 1 beta, and that could blow up in my face. Like I totally recognize that. But like,
Nah, I think it'll be fine.
I do too. But like ultimately, I'm gonna be playing with Griffin and Tony and Danny and Cameron and Sean and all them. So like,
Right? Like the best parts of Destiny aren't playing Destiny, it's playing Destiny with your boys.
and we're gonna have a good time. And like, hopefully, I will also get a cool story and memorable raid moments again. So, because like I had like moments with all 3 of the raids. So like
Moments where you wanted to kill yourself?
Moments
Yes.
in the game or moments with your friends?
both, like the
Okay.
them like meeting in the middle, like that kind of like blurring the lines of like playing the game and also being with your friends. Like Destiny raids like bring that out in the best regard. And some of them are bad. Some of them are
Some of them are moments where you bond because everyone wants to die.
yeah. Me bombing literally the wrong thing.
During
She was
Shit.
funny.
And some of them are like us dicking around trying to figure out a stealth section and waiting for Jacob Bryant to get a fucking burrito. So like, you know, like it's a good mix of both. And like that's the thing, like the raids are like totally like there's no dialogue or story presentation at all in the raids. So it's kind of like really up to you guys to make the story. And maybe that'll change. Hopefully that'll change a little bit with Destiny 2. So yeah, I'm excited. What else have you been playing, Griffin?
So obviously, like Navashin and Scott were talking about a little bit in bonus content. I'm playing a lot of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds still. As more things are introduced to that game and it slowly reaches true completion, I think that game is going to be just real great. The people that are making it have made continual smart decisions in how they approach finishing that game and the things that they've been adding. New guns, vaulting mechanics, a zombie mode. Like, I mean, just everything that they talk about putting in that game is just gold. Like, it is like that survival kind of style game, I think has never really been done really right. And I think that they're going to be fast tracked to the first people to really perfect that genre. Because it's just a freaking fun game. Like, you just play it and you have a lot of fun. You die from some random bullshit and you get really pissed and then you laugh about how stupid it was. And then you load up another game and you play with your friends. Like, it's a good game. And winning is really fun. I like winning.
Winning's pretty good.
Wait, are you telling me that winning feels good?
Yeah. Similar to other competitive shooting games, I often win, and winning feels good.
Damn.
I've after yesterday playing in a squads match with Scott, I've had a second 11 kill win game, which has felt really great.
Yep, and that game was my second win in a row.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that game's just so much fun. Like, when you play with people that you've like started playing with since the beginning, you can see how much better you've gotten at playing the game, and you just slowly progress as a player in your decision making and the things that you do. It's a good game. It's a solid game that has a very, very steady learning curve that isn't too steep for anyone to get good at.
Cool. Like that's the cool thing about it, because I hear a lot of stories. Who was it recently? They're tweeting about it, and it might have been Dustin Furman, not Tim. I'm thinking Dustin, maybe talking about like how, and I think you replied to him, Tony. Oh, it was John Anderson. It was the week I was gone.
Yeah.
Dustin went through a similar thing of like, there's like a fear when you first start playing that game of like this concern of like everything around you being against you, and then like a true
Oh yeah, I was talking about this.
Yeah, unknown sensation, and like how that fades away over time as you get better at it. But like that, like you said, Tony, like that feeling is like some of the most exciting part about the game.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. Like that's the kind of thing that would make me want to play it. And it's very different than, for example, the feeling I would get from like an Overwatch. But it kind of reminds me of Evolve, which is a very weird comparison, I know. But again, this is coming from a person that liked that game a lot. So, but like that kind of like confusion as to where you fit into it and like what you can do and what your limitations are, and also what you're up against is really exciting. So.
Yeah. It truly is an unknown battleground that becomes known to you over time.
That's cool. Like,
What do you want in the game, bro?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, what do you want them to add to the game?
So something that I would really like them to add would be in the same way that you mod guns. I wish that you could mod vehicles. In garages, I wish that there were spawns for maybe like metal plating for cars to give them more armor, or even just like I don't know, like you could get like a mounted gun from an airdrop that you could maybe mount to a vehicle. Um, I just feel like stuff like that would be really cool. Like just more. I think the vehicle aspect of that game is a really interesting thing. It works really well, except when you hit a tiny ledge and flip a Dacia, which happened last night. When I was really upset about.
Ooh,
Scott
you know what?
knows.
You know what the best is when you're riding around flat ground and you flip a buggy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking buggy, to be fair.
Yeah, every once in a while I get like weird texture issues with cars, but I really do enjoy the driving mechanics in that game, and I wish that there was a way to mod vehicles in the same way that you mod your weapons. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, that's a good pick too. Like, it's cool to see that or hear, not necessarily see directly, but hear about how that game is evolving too. So
yeah,
Like personally, being a watcher of that game, not really a player of that game, but I would like to see like them like not really change the aspect of like what the game is, but like just like switch it up a little bit. Like I would like to see them like try to do like maybe like a night mode of that game, and maybe people have like night vision goggles or something like that, and like try to take people out like that. I don't know. That just seems cool.
yeah, that'd be cool.
Is
I like
there-
the weather effects that they've added so far have been good. I wish there was one that was like snow. So if you sat in the same spot for long enough, you were like covered in snow.
Mm-hmm. Is that random, or does that you have to actually like
The
switch
weather
to the
effects
map?
are random.
Okay.
It randomly selects one as you queue into a match. There is daytime, there is dusk, there is nighttime, and there is rain. And
Oh, so
rain
there
can
is
happen.
night.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
not
seen
like incredibly dark, but it is darker than usual.
Okay.
But yeah, and then rain can happen in any of the weather or any of the daytimes.
I'm really curious to see like what a 1.0 version of that game looks like too.
Yeah,
Because it's it's a multiplayer arena shooter, kind of.
yeah.
But
There's also they're putting up the first person only servers soon as well.
oh cool.
Dude, I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, there will be a selectable mode where everyone is required to play in first person, which will be really cool because that'll take out a lot of the camping of that game, where people can sit around a corner, watch someone walk around the corner, and know exactly when they're about to round it.
Yeah.
It'll take away a lot of that to part of the game. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I know Alfredo's talked about wanting to play in the first person mode, and I'm in the same boat where I played a lot of first person shooters, and playing a third person shooter was actually an adjustment. This entire game was an adjustment. It was the first shooter I've ever played on PC. So
Oh, really?
yeah, the fact that I'm even able to kill people in this game is a surprise to me because I've never used a keyboard and mouse to shoot people before.
Nice. I'm proud of you. Would you ever? Are you like ruined now? Do you? Is it
No,
everything else?
I still prefer controller.
Oh, man.
I know that's super weird for a lot of people to hear, but
No. I definitely
I feel more accurate with a controller.
It's weird because like I prefer playing on a controller, but I know I'm better with a mouse and keyboard. Like the first person shooter I really got into is Counter-Strike, right? Which is a fucking mouse and keyboard ass first person shooter.
Yeah.
Like because I've played Counter-Strike Go on PlayStation 4, and it is just super weird for me. Like it is super uncomfortable. It's the only game that's like that for me because I have that association with Counter-Strike. And like I don't meet a lot of people that are still into Counter-Strike nowadays. When like that was kind of what I came up with. It is like there is definitely a tradition there that I've held on to. Anything else, Griffin?
I still play Overwatch. I got Friday the 13th. Played that for a little bit.
Do you want to talk about Overwatch?
Yeah, we can talk about Overwatch for a little bit.
I really want to talk about
I'm not
Overwatch.
I would, but Overwatch is great. Doomfist just came out. He's very strong. He's changed the
Doomfist
meta.
came out. I want to talk about Doomfist.
Dude, Doomfist is talk about a character release that changed the entire meta of a game.
Yeah.
The
But is he
idea,
cute though?
He's pretty
he's
cute.
pretty cute.
It's pretty important to me if Doomfist is cute or not.
I think he's.
I mean, I think that Doomfist probably just has a massive schlong.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, why do you think he's actually wearing that gauntlet? He just needed something bigger that he could handle that. I mean, he's just so good. He's so good.
Something like a jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something finally that can just.
Something that can
Ruffle
handle
over.
my massive dog.
These
No,
arms aren't good enough for me.
Strength is the only way to survive, and it's like, whoa, Doomfist, you put your dick
Whoa,
away,
man.
please.
Uh,
Yeah, I have. So I played Doomfist as well. Played a lot of Overwatch this week. Just to insert a little bit of my Overwatching, I play a lot of Overwatch now. It's unhealthy.
Are you just
Got
playing by
bots.
yourself? Do you play with anyone else?
That's really
I'm
funny because I feel like I've never gotten an invite from Alex O'Neill, even though I probably play Overwatch more than any of our other friends.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, like, Cameron was like, "Hey, do you want to play with me last night?" And I was like, "I don't want to play with anyone." I was like, I just, because like when I'm playing Overwatch, I'm like listening to music and just playing by myself. Like I don't want to chat.
I
with
do the
anyone.
same thing a lot, actually.
Um,
Sean Pitts is one of the few people that's gotten me to like actually pause my music and play with another human being.
And also like, I'm real rough this competitive season, Griffin. I'm not gonna lie. I might have looked at all my friends' scores, and I am not good enough to play with you.
It's okay. I think I skill decayed to 3K, and I'm gonna make another Smurf account that I'm gonna put into like silver.
All right. Well, I'm in silver. I'm rocking the silver. Don't worry.
I'll be there soon.
I thought I was gonna break into gold. That dream died. Let y'all know. Almost back in bronze again. Well, I haven't gone to bronze yet, but I'm at the point where I'm close to being in bronze for the second time. So if I drop down now, I'll know. It's funny because like recently, these last couple of nights, I've been running more into people like griefing and quitting, which for the most part, like I'd not seen.
Wow, that's
but-
actually really surprising in that low of an elo.
Yeah, which has been pretty good, and like I've had pretty good sports about stuff, but just the last few nights, I've been running into a lot more of like, well, we didn't even lose the first round, and somebody already quit the game,
Nice.
and yeah, that sucks.
I played a game of top 500 Overwatch, and
Yeah.
because the one guy took a character that the other person mained, he just left.
Wow.
But he waited long enough so that the match had to keep going intentionally, and then left.
Yeah.
So
Like I had a match.
it doesn't
where we-
ever get better.
Yeah, I had a match where we were winning, and somebody left, and we lost because we were just one person down, and then another person left because they just didn't want to deal with it. I'm like, I can't stay here anymore. I'd rather just start queuing for another match than just have to sit through this loss. But so like, since I took a lot of time off Overwatch, essentially the way it works now is the new character is out of competitive mode for 1 week.
Yeah, they did that with Arisa as well. They locked them out of competitive for the first week.
So basically, that's like giving folks time to fuck around with Doomfist, where it doesn't matter, where it's your ranking isn't affected. So after several matches, like you go play a quick play, somebody's playing Doomfist on the other side. Doesn't matter what kind of match it is. But after playing a few rounds, I managed to get some Doomfist in. The first ever game I played with Doomfist, I went 15-0.
Lit.
Hell yeah.
I was like, Doomfist's pretty good, guys.
Yeah.
But
He's
like
ridiculous.
he's just like such a completely different kind of character, like because he's a combo character, right? His powers all lead into one another, and when he hits an enemy with any of his gauntlet based powers, he builds a shield, like he builds a barrier, so he gets more health, pretty much. Up to 400 health, which puts him in tank territory if he has max health and max shield, which is absurd. BT dubs. His like main attack is his charged like punch, rocket punch, which has a cooldown of 3 seconds, and does stupid damage. Now, in all defense, Doomfist, like, there are some characters that he is not well equipped to kill, like specifically Bastion, right? So he has like a launching attack that will launch most enemies in the air. And this was a good way. Like I'm glad I played around with him as much as I did. But like, let's say Bastion's in his turret form, he can't be launched with Doomfist's attack. He can't be stunned with Doomfist's smash. Like, so like, there are definitely characters that are good counter picks for Doomfist.
Yeah, Orisa as well can't be moved by him.
Orisa, when she has her shield up, she can't be moved from his fist. So
well, not her
like
shield, her armor thing.
yeah, her armor. That's what I meant. Yeah. So like there are definitely ways to combat Doomfist, and it's good to know those like before he gets added to competitive.
Yeah.
But like he definitely like he like just throws a wrench in anything. Like you see a dude like if he comes around a corner like from your flank and you did not see it coming, it's like, oh shit, we got to pay attention to this right now because this whole thing can change in a second.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's such a fascinating character. I played like 3 matches with Doomfist. One I did like terribly with him. The first one I did great with him, and the third I got play of the game with him. So it was like, okay, cool. I got a good grip on this character. But yeah, just like comboing, like stunning a character, launching them, and then rocket punching them while you're in the air, and they go flying down into a wall, and then they take damage when they hit the wall and just die. Is just fuck, man. It is so good. It feels so good.
Yeah.
And he's got like when he does his ult, he essentially shoots himself straight up, and is a giant reticle.
It's untargetable and unseeable.
Yeah, it's unseeable until he launches it. So like you can just like cover a ton of ground and then fall down on the entire enemy team, and just stun all of them. And it's so good. He's really good. He's very fun to play as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan. So
I played him in the PTR.
Yeah.
On PC.
Yeah.
And I played about 3 or 4 matches with him. I got into a control match, and I ended up being able to pick him first. Shout out to good internet and high-speed computers.
On control
so
points, man, he's he messed his shit up.
I played on Lijiang Tower, and I had a 72 elimination match with him, where I literally had about every person on the enemy team just ignoring the rest of my team and trying to kill me, and I was basically just 1v5ing or 1v6ing the whole time.
Yeah.
He was so broken.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's been nerfed at all since he left the PTR, but I hope he has been.
Yeah.
Because that was the last time I touched him. I've been in Arizona, so I haven't been able to play him on console yet. I hope it's not still that bad, because I mean I was hitting like basically solo team kills with him. It was just ridiculous. Like he was so good, and I know that I'm good at Overwatch, but he made me feel like I was playing a character that was unfair. Like I haven't felt like that since playing Roadhog whenever he got initially buffed into Hook 2.0.
Yeah.
Like where you just felt unfair. You felt like you were cheating, even though that you were just using a character how Blizzard intended you to use them.
Yeah.
I think he's probably been nerfed since then because he just felt too strong.
It feels like it. I know they patched him multiple times when he was still in the playtest server.
Yeah.
And he launched everywhere simultaneously, so I think they kind of ended up playing for him. I will say, like, on PS4 where I played, it definitely didn't seem like... He felt like he could go down about as easily as a Reaper, like a heavy, high-health attacker. Assuming you didn't let him build shield, which made him a little bit harder to take down, but he didn't seem out of the realm of, like, indestructible. So
Yeah.
Which is good. Like, he's probably still a little bit too powerful. His cooldowns probably of all his things probably need to be adjusted the most, just so you have to think more about your combos if they're longer. But he's a very fun character. They did a few other pretty big changes in the Overwatch patch now. Like for example, Zarya's ultimate, which is like a gravity well. It's like a black hole that sucks enemies in and keeps them kind of stuck in one spot. If you have like like a movement ability, you can no longer use it if you are stuck in the gravity well. Meaning like you can't teleport out, you can't glide out. You are stuck in that well if you get stuck in that well. So, which is big. It makes her ult way better if it disables those abilities. And there was a few other changes.
I think they give Roadhog a movement buff.
They gave Reinhardt's hammer is faster now as well.
Yeah, and since the change to, it's been weird because since Doomfist was introduced, since Zarya was changed, since Roadhog was changed, and Orisa is now one of the better tanks in the game. The meta has shifted away from Reinhardt, and Reinhardt.
Mm-hmm.
Of every game needs a Reinhardt to like literally he's basically unplayable now.
Yeah.
Like in the meta in any form of competitive game modes, like picking Reinhardt, there is so many better options for you now, which is so strange to say since he has been the cornerstone of the meta since the game has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird to think about that a melee character was the cornerstone of a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
But I mean, he just was so important. And now you have characters like Orisa, because the fact of Doomfist is so strong, he's a staple on every team. He's a necessity on every team. And so, like, anyone that's playing competitive is basing their team around Doomfist. So every other part of your team needs to counter the enemy's Doomfist and also be able to do other things. So you play Orisa, who has a shield, and then she's able to lock down Doomfist's movements. You have Zarya that makes you invulnerable to lock down his CC, and then you usually have a Roadhog that can hook him and immobilize him. And then you play with, obviously, 2 healers. So either Anna and Zenyatta or Lucio or Mercy as your primary healer. But, I mean, regardless, I mean, he's shifted the meta entirely. And it's so weird to see where the Overwatch meta is right now because it's so different than it was literally a month ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
I'm excited. I'm excited to see him drop into competitive and see mix things up. Yeah, overall very cool. I know right now, next big change they're playing around with on the playtest server is giving Junkrat 2 landmines that he can use at any given time. Which is exciting.
Stop supporting Junkrat 2017.
I know Griffin doesn't like Junkrat, but
take him out of the game.
I like him a lot. I think that's enough about Overwatch, though. Anything else, Griff?
Nope. I think that's it.
Tony, you been playing anything outside of Destiny and
the Black Desert Online.
how's that treating you?
It's all right. It's dry.
Yeah, it's a desert.
Sandy. Black.
Yeah. And online.
And online. Fancy that.
Yeah.
It's good. It's that game's all right.
Okay.
Yep. That's all I've been playing. There's nothing new.
Anything for you, Scott? Anything new on the list?
Not particularly.
Okay.
Last game, Stellaris, we lost horribly.
Yeah.
New one, we're finally doing all right in.
Yeah. Did you find you talked to us about it a little bit in the pre-show?
Yes.
But you did a war where you far outnumbered the other guys.
Basically we had for those who know the game, which is probably not very many.
Mm-hmm.
You have empires like you do in Civ, and just think a city-state in Civ suddenly becomes the biggest threat to everybody in the game, military-wise.
Yeah.
And then just starts murdering and taking over every country in the game. Yeah, that was right next to me, bordering me.
Okay. And did you destroy it?
Not immediately.
Okay.
He within, I want to say, 10 in-game days of that, so it's like 20 seconds, he immediately declared war on me and started trying to kill me.
God damn it. That sounds like an aggressive city-state / empire.
Yeah, but we have federations in this game,
Mm-hmm.
which is in Civ you just have allies. In this you have essentially
something closer to the UN and a fleet associated with it. So you essentially have, with 4 people in our federation, 5 fleets.
Okay.
So with that, we were able to take them down.
Good. And you're on the road to victory, from what I understand.
Yes.
That would be
Right now, what we have to deal with is something called the Scourge, which is a long story short, they eat planets.
Interplanetary space aids.
That's
Interplanetary space aids.
That sounds
which
more like a
is-
Galactus type deal than space aids, but okay, yeah, all right, okay.
No. The only way to get rid of it is to kill the planet. So space aids.
Wow, all right. This took a very dark turn that I don't know if I'm comfortable with, but all right. I mean, well, good luck on your galactic conquest.
So yeah,
Good
they
luck
are
fighting
between-
space aids.
Yeah, space aids real rough.
Yeah, good luck fighting an idea, I guess.
It's all right. We put a condom on.
Okay, good. Always wear protection.
Always
Alright,
for
yeah.
protection.
Well, we're gonna ship this analogy to the space aids graveyard.
Yeah, I'm doubting it's going to work, but the other people assure me it will.
Okay.
But I'm not the one. I'm probably the one least in danger from them.
Yeah, because Scott
So
knows
I'm not-
abstinence is the only way
Yeah.
to stop space aids.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I just want you to know that you put it in the graveyard and then you just pulled it back
I
out.
just pulled it right back out because it was too good. It was too good. Abstinence.
Yeah,
is-
no, I'm pretty much the furthest away from it in the game. So me personally, I am the last person who has to worry about it.
Good. But yeah, you were on your road to victory, which would be your first Stellaris victory, I believe.
Yes.
Cool. Good luck to you.
Then Griffin and I are going to play in the next game.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
then Griffin's not gonna buy that game and not play.
Yeah. Griff and I are just gonna play more dumb tabletop games together.
Oh
Dude,
my
Tabletop's lit.
god.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
we should schedule another. We should schedule another attempt for this week.
Yeah.
This upcoming week later.
Okay. I have a few podcasts I have to record, but you let me know.
I played real life Secret Hitler, not just tabletop Secret Hitler. It was great.
Oh, cool. I feel like that's a fun game to play when you can make shifty eyes at somebody.
Now you know how
Yeah.
dumb it was that they exposed themselves as the fucking fascist. Turn 1.
Listen, man. I was trying to be a decoy. Apparently it doesn't work
Well,
with
someone
five
did
people.
something similar, but we were playing with like 20 people.
Yeah,
so
see, like you have more people, easier to do.
made way more sense.
Listen, man. Don't fucking judge me. Is that it, Scott?
That's better, yeah.
Oh, but shit. I need it. Give me some video games.
Okay. Play a little more Crash Bandicoot. Got past the bridge level. It's a little bit further along. Still enjoying that game.
The second bridge level or the first bridge level?
The second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I got past that finally. And still just go scrolling through it, enjoying it now. I think I'm at a stage where like there's no checkpointing, and it's like you just go straight up, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, I know what stage you're on.
Yeah,
That
so-
one took me a bit.
Yeah, so this is taking me a while, but yeah, I think it's still fun.
Yeah, I like that game.
Other than that, a little bit more Overwatch, level 22.
We're so close. We're
Play
gonna
with
team
me.
up. I'll play with you now.
with me.
Play with me. I won't play with Cameron Abbott though. I'm just kidding. I got 2 tweets about how I don't play Overwatch with anyone, or well, like I won't play Overwatch with somebody specific. They tweet at me, and I'm like, what? Where is this coming from? We're gonna get you Diamond Tier Grandmaster Nabashin.
Those are 2 different things.
I know. Still liking it. Have you checked out Doomfist at all?
Oh yeah, I just did a little bit of training with him.
Mhm.
Because I know like if I do quick play, I'm not gonna like be able to get him.
That's what I did first too. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just tried him out with that. And he seems fun. Like I can't wait to try him out in the actual game.
Yeah. They need to bring back the arcade mode, no limits, so it could just be like an all Doomfist match.
In the PTR, there was a thing that you could play where everyone played Doomfist. And,
Yeah, there's the 6v6 Doomfist lockout is in the arcade right now on console.
yeah, it's disgusting.
But I want to play like a normal match, 6v6 Doomfist. But that's just me. Continuing option.
Played a lot of Tekken 7. Played so much I got the platinum for that fucking game.
Really? Already?
Yeah.
Damn.
I really, really dug it.
Nice.
Yeah, just played online, played against people, played through the arcade mode, played through the treasure battle. But that's where I spent most of my time at. Just getting just random loot in that game, and like even though I don't ever customize my character, I never do that in Tekken for whatever reason. Even though that's like
Me too.
even though that's like probably like a third of that game is like just getting the like putting the Katamari Damacy on your fucking head or something like that. I don't do that in the game for whatever reason. But like yeah, like I played a shitload of Tekken. I platinumed it. I was happy with that, and I put it to the side for now so I can like try to focus on some other shit. But yeah, that game was real good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Cool.
I fired up Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus on my Vita, because I really missed Ninja Gaiden. I really, really, really missed that series. It's just like a character action game that like that's not really happening right now. You could probably say somewhat with Neo, but it's still not the same. As far as like playing Ninja Gaiden, and like I played it on my Vita, and like I forgot like that game's in 30 frames per second on the Vita, so like that's not gonna do anymore because
You're like, well, this is trash.
I mean, it's fine, it's doable, but like it's just not the same anymore. So like, because I'm aware of what frame per seconds are now, so like yeah, so like and you know so the television and everything, so like it's just I can't play that game on that anymore. So I'm probably just gonna buy the PS3 version and play it on that because that's 1080p and 60 frames, so I can enjoy that. And I already had Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 on my PS3, but I want to play for the first one again. So
Can I introduce you to a video game called Neo? Team Ninja made this game.
yeah, but it's not the same though.
I know it's not. It's just to figure I'd throw it out there.
Hey, didn't the Neo DLC drop?
Yeah, it came out this week.
Yeah,
I've heard good things too.
I'll go play it real quick and tell you how it is.
Okay, there's dogs in it. So
Is there?
there's
Wow,
a doggo.
dogs.
I saw a picture of a doggo. It was very cute. It had like a little scarf and a helmet on.
What?
Yeah, it's
All
so
right.
cute.
I don't know. I think Alex does, but I really liked Neo.
Yeah, I know. I enjoy Neo as well. I think more problems with it than you do, but yeah.
What do you mean?
I just
There's more problems with it.
I didn't love it where I wanted to love it. I like it, but I didn't love it. Does
Okay.
that make sense? Like it didn't quite scratch my soul's itch, but I liked it. a
Okay.
lot.
See, as someone that was never really a Souls fan, I didn't have a Souls itch that needed to be scratched.
Yeah. It was like I was having a lot of trouble with it, and then Tony showed me how broken magic is, and like then I stopped having any trouble with it, and I kind of felt shitty, and then I stopped.
Oh. Do you get to a certain point where like even having good magic, like
It's still hard.
I've been doing all of the like my character, I think he's level like 300, but I've been doing like level 600 missions where like if you fuck up once, you're dead. Doesn't matter how good your magic is. Like if you mess up a single time, you're dead. And so like it gets to the point where like even OP magic that got you through the first part of the game doesn't help you if you're not good at all of the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
And so like there comes a point when the game becomes hard again. And I just really enjoyed the like preview of the DLC we got, so I'll be excited to play through all the DLC and see how it looks.
Yeah, I want to finish it at some point.
Oh, you haven't finished the main story.
Yeah, I got pretty
Oh.
close. I think I was like 2 maps off, or 2 regions away from finishing.
That's a lot.
Like yeah, the last boss fight I fought was like the girl in like the blue kimono.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not too far. You might be actually really only one region because the last region is just one mission in London.
Okay. Because
So
I put about 63 hours into it, and then Horizon came out, and I kind of took off to that, and then I took off to Zelda. So
what's funny is that I rushed through Horizon and Zelda so that I could play Neo longer.
yeah, it is a rad game. It definitely comes across as like a Griffin-esque game too. It is like punishing but rewarding in the best way.
Yeah.
So
I often punish people and then reward them in the best way.
oh yeah. No, there it is. Sorry to derail you with other Team Ninja games.
No, you're good.
Or not Team Ninja. Or is it
It's Team Ninja. Yes.
Team Ninja? Not Ninja Theory. I'm getting better.
No, that's in 2 weeks.
That's 2 weeks though. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Did you watch that new trailer?
I watched the gameplay for that game, which I haven't seen in like maybe like 2 years.
Yeah, it looks very
like,
different now, right?
Yeah, it looks better because like
yeah, it looks a lot better.
even though it's still a whole bunch of back, which I'm not too much of a fan of, but like it seems like a lot more polished than what I saw like a few years
It looks
ago. So.
like graphically, just like on a sheer technical level, looks fucking like really good. Like really, really good.
It almost like it's weird though, cause like when the first got announced, you know, I was expecting gameplay like that, so like you know like I was excited for the gameplay, and then like they brought back more. When I watched more of the Dead Diaries, they were talking more about the story and what they were trying, like the message they were trying to get with the game. So I thought I'd be more focused on that. And then I see like, oh, it still has the gameplay on it, which is fine. But like now I feel like the gameplay probably might take away from like the bigger arc from that story. So it'd be weird. But you know, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll get in and enjoy it.
I reached out to them about covering that game too, and they might be open to that. So. Because they got back to me, so we'll see. I'm very excited for that though, because the most recent trailer, it's a very good trailer, as far as like setting a tone, you know, like of what they're going for the story stuff. It's very very cool. It doesn't quite give away what the story is about, but I think I have a better idea going into it now, and yeah, I'm very very excited. They're also like positioning it as the spiritual successor to Heavy Rain. Or Heavenly Sword, excuse me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Deliriously tired. Please forgive me.
That would be something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Ethan shows up. He's got the crane origami in his hand.
Origami.
And they never explain it.
Origami.
Origami. Like they straight up Ninja Theory is calling it the spiritual successor to Heavenly Sword, which is weird. I wonder if that's like more idea than actual content, but we'll see.
Yeah, I kind of feel that's probably what it is, but
Yeah.
well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, but yeah, still want to talk more about Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden is so good. I really hope, like, even though the prediction didn't happen this year, like, hopefully, like, the next E3 or whatever, they fucking, like, Microsoft can, like, just get an exclusive and just, like, get that game, because that would make me play my Xbox One, and, like, that's a really good get, and, like, they have a relationship with them and everything, so I hope we get, like, a Ninja Gaiden 4. I said 3. Well, 3 doesn't exist for most people.
Yeah.
But, like, they should really bring back that series, because it's different. You know, like, I got my Bayonetta amiibos, not wanting to play Bayonetta, but, like, I did have my Wii U version. I lent that to a friend. I could play my Xbox One version, but I didn't do that. So I just decided to play Ninja Gaiden instead. And like, yeah, those games are very different. Like, from like any other like character action game, and I really enjoy them. So like, hopefully they'll bring that series back eventually.
Cool. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever played a Ninja Gaiden game. Because like, we talked about it when Neo came out, because I have like super low Team Ninja experience. Like the only game I played of those was Metroid Other M, and then Neo. So, but
Ninja
yeah,
Gaiden's
like
really good.
yeah, and like the feel, like I kind of have a better frame of reference for it, just going off the feel of Neo, and like those guys, like they get frame rate, they get how important that is, and. It definitely has me more open to the idea of their games going forward, where Other M was not, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah, and now thinking about like playing another Ninja Gaiden game, like cause like I know like the big selling point for those games back in the Xbox and 360 era was like pretty much their difficulty. Like they're just hard ass fucking games, um, and they were I remember playing the original on Xbox, which was hard, and obviously Ninja Gaiden 2 on the Xbox 360 was even harder. And like they emphasized on blood and everything like that. Then they brought over the Sigma version, which is like it was hard. They definitely nerfed it a lot as far as like difficulty, but it made it more playable all at the same time. So like it's a weird like balance that they have with that game. I do prefer Sigma a little bit better because I can actually beat that game rather than like the vanilla Ninja Gaiden games. But like I hope they just like when they eventually announce Ninja Gaiden 4, like I hope they don't like focus on the difficulty part of it and just like focus more on gameplay because like the gameplay is just fun the way it is. So like and the spectacle and everything that they do in that game. So yeah, like hopefully they'll like get their flow back with that game.
Yeah, I'm curious because I feel like Neo could influence it a great deal because I mean obviously they'll make one, especially because Neo is such a success, which is good for that game, especially because it was in development for so long. But I'm curious if like because Neo like is unabashedly a very hard game, and I don't think it hurts that game. So I think there's a way to do it with Ninja Gaiden 4 in a similar way to what they did with Neo, to like bring in new people and have it be a challenging game. So I feel like they probably learned a lot from that game because they spent a lot of time on it, but it came out as like a good thing, and like that was the superior product than I think it was when it was kind of in its development hell, and it was going to come out at some point. So I'm really excited to see where they go from here with that. So I would bet they will also make a Neo 2, so or another game like that. So
For sure. But other than that, just a little update on my Persona match, my Persona 5 match against Kaylee as far as the Platinum race. I am at I'm getting ready. I just left Hawaii. That's where I'm at. So yeah, that's where I'm at next.
good part of that game.
Yeah, real good part of that game. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, like the main issues are just like doing the twins and like it pretty much just like getting on the personas. That's like the main issue that I have.
See, I did like 89% of the compendium on my first playthrough because I'm like a crazy fusion nut. I love fusions. So like,
Yeah, I didn't even get the 50 fusions yet. Now thinking about it.
oh shit. Yeah. So I have just a few off ones and then the max level ones. So I'm in a good spot. The compendium thing is the easiest stuff for me just because like I naturally fuse most of the personas. Like in all three Persona games, I think I've like just over the course of playing it fused minimum 60% of the compendium just playing the game. So
Do you get the math of that? I'm just curious.
I like when I played Persona 3 the first time, I sat down and I was like, okay, how does this work? And like there are like quick like cheats to it essentially. Just like if you're missing like one thing, you can like let's say you're missing a level 12 Fool persona, you can just fuse like the level underneath of it and the level above it if you have both of them, and then you'll get that one. Stuff like that. But they changed how the math works in Persona 4, and it's the same in Persona 5. So it's because it's lost on me. So at this point, but and there's so many more Persona. Like 3 had like barely anything compared to 4 Golden. Like,
Oh yeah, sure.
and that's like 3 had like over 130, I think, and 4 Golden has like over 240 or something like that. So, and 5 has a similar number. I don't think it's like that much more, but it's a similar number. But so there's like a way to get specific ones that I could probably do if I needed to get something in a pinch, but for the most part, I just have to use a chart.
Yeah,
Which
for
is
sure.
whatever. Like, it's still fun.
Some highlights I do want to say for this playthrough, because like there's some things I didn't like see as far as like finish out my confidants, my social links for the game.
Yeah.
Finish Yoshida's one, which was really good, the politician, and also Yusuke was actually.
Yeah, you texted me about that.
Yeah, that was actually a good standout one. Like yeah, that was a really
super
decent
poignant. I thought too, like. You know, Yusuke being kind of like a weird character in that game. I like where they go with it. It reminds me of Kanji in like a completely different way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like as far as like there's a lot of perspective I feel like you gain from that one. So.
Probably like the next one I'm looking forward to now, because like I haven't started yet, but like I should be starting now because I did the setup for is Shinji, the kid in the arcade. I want to see like his ending. So.
Yeah, I do too. I have not seen that either. So.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Persona 5. Oh, like the other big one that I played this week was Injustice 2. Played it with my nephew. Because I can't play with you, Alex, so like I'm just doing the next best thing. And that's been like crazy fun. That story is so fucking good for what it is. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's really good for what it is.
Are we gonna talk about good Superman stories?
It's a good one so far, yes. And like it's all because of like how they're encompassing Supergirl into it, like just like how they're fitting her into this universe and like how she plays into it. It's super fascinating, and like I'm enjoying this so much. We're only just doing like probably 2 chapters a day or whatever. We can't do it tonight. Like we'll probably do more tomorrow. But like it's been so fun. Like when you play it out, I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it just as much as I did, because like it's just so much fun.
Yeah. That's exciting.
They still have the problem with like pretty much any character that floats that isn't like Superman or Supergirl in this game. Like they pretty much suck. Like Green Lantern doesn't feel that great, and like Firestorm doesn't play that great either. Funny thing about Firestorm, I never knew like Firestorm was just like the way he is. Yeah, I never knew that. I never knew that at all.
I didn't know anything about Firestorm until he's a character in Arrow.
Oh, okay.
Or in Flash, excuse me. Well, he's in both technically, but he comes
technically in both, and then he technically is actually a main character in
Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's where I learned all about him. He's a very interesting character. Very cool too. Yeah. Yeah.
Matter manipulation is kind of OP, but it's whatever.
Yeah, and they mentioned that in that game too. It's like Batman flat out says like he's probably like our biggest trump card in this entire group, like even like with Superman or whatever. So like he could just make kryptonite if he wants to, or something similar to it, and to like weaken him. So like Batman knows like he's like an ace in my hole, so type of thing. So
yeah,
he's an ace in my hole.
Yeah, winky face.
Not an ace in the hole, specifically Batman's hole.
Batman's hole, yeah. Bruce.
But yeah, Injustice 2 is like a good highlight of this year. Like another big one for me so far. And like the other game I've been playing is Splatoon 2. Again with my nephew. Like he's been like crushing in that fucking game. Just like I think he's like level 10 now, but like yeah, he's like he crushes in that game, and like I play as well. And it's just a good thing that we play together, and like it's actually the game that's like making him considering it a Switch, because like he never really had an interest with it. Like we just play like Mario Kart together, and like any other like multiplayer thing that I get on the Switch, which is like nothing because I don't have anything else. But like ever since Splatoon 2's come out, like he's just like pretty much like asking me for my Switch so he gets play it. When I'm like I'm playing PS4, he also wants to play it while I'm playing that. He'll play my Switch, so like it's been cool just hanging out with him. Like these are like our quality time games, and like it's been fun. It's been fun doing that. But that's pretty much all I've been playing so far.
Cool. How about we take a quick break, and then we can talk about the other games I've been playing when we come back. And then we don't really have any news. We have a couple of things I want to go over and a couple of tweets, and then we'll take some bets and then throw it out. So hopefully second segment won't be too bad. So let's take a quick break, and we will be back in just a little bit.
Bye.
I'll be right back.
Ah, fuck, that was a good video.
That was for you, Griffin. You're not even here to appreciate it.
Oh man,
Look at that man.
look
Whose
at
man's is this?
whose man's? It's your man.
Oh, look at me. Oh, and he left. He came up to the door and then he turned around and walked away.
Chocolate.
Chocolate milk.
Chocolate
good.
milky.
So thick and creamy and chocolate.
Ooh. Getting a little toasty. Ow. So how are you, Griffin?
Hmm?
You enjoying your irrational passion stuff?
I am. I always enjoy being on the podcast.
Good.
I like
Savor
hanging
it.
out with my boys.
Cracking a cold one?
Yeah, I did have to crack open the milk carton, and the milk is quite chilly since it stays in glass containers, so it gets slightly colder than in plastic containers.
Damn. I like that. Getting a little turned on over here.
Yeah.
What's the name of this chocolate milk service?
It is called Winder Farms.
Is it available over there?
I don't know.
Probably not. You know,
It's
there's
pretty common on the West Coast. I don't know if it's an East Coast thing. But
there's like this I forgot what it's called. There's like a fetish website.
I'm in to this conversation. Keep going.
I don't know if you're gonna be
Keep
in.
going.
There's this fetish website where you can buy milk that women have put in their mouths.
No. What?
I
Yep.
think I heard this before.
Oh wait, no, that went to
I'm
a
pretty
different.
sure
I
I
thought
told
you
you
meant
this
milk
option.
from women.
Maybe.
Because I probably told about you because I emailed it to the comedy button and they never talked about it.
Oh yeah. I think he did tell me.
I don't even remember how I discovered this. It was through another podcast. Oh, I remember. It was Drunken Gamers Radio. That's right. It's so essentially, you can pick a model, a girl from this website. Again, I don't remember what it's called. It's
I already
Buffett
don't
Best.
like this.
You can pick a girl, and you get a picture of her. You get to see what she looks like, and then you can request and order her to take a 2-ounce little thing of milk, put it in her mouth, swish it around, put it back into the glass bottle, and then they will send you that glass bottle for you to drink.
And Alex, you're telling me this because you tried it, right?
Oh, absolutely. I ordered as many quarts of that as I could get.
Can you try it for the podcast?
I don't know if I'd be capable of doing that.
No.
You're literally just drinking someone else's milk backwash.
Yeah. But it's a pretty girl that you chose.
That doesn't matter. That's gross.
Do they have dicks, though?
I mean, I haven't checked the website.
Absolutely.
I haven't checked the website recently. They might have they might have expanded.
Okay,
more
so where I
diverse.
thought this statement was going is I thought that there was a place where you could order breast milk.
No.
And you could select the woman whose breast milk you are getting. But this is actually worse than that. I would rather drink breast milk than milk that's been in someone's mouth.
I mean, duh.
Yeah.
So, all right, Griffin and I are going to play a game live on Griffin's live stream.
Yeah.
What?
I'm going to procure some breast milk
No.
and some milk that's been in a woman's mouth.
No.
And then I'm going to not
We
tell
need
him which one's which, and
the
he's
blind
to pick
test.
one and
No.
drink it.
Tell me which
And
one's
tell
which.
me which one it is. And if he's right, I'll drink the other one.
If he's wrong, he drinks the other one.
That's
But
right.
the problem is, if you give me the one that's been in someone's mouth first, I will vomit on you.
I think that's a risk I'm willing to take for this comedic gold.
I like that, breast milk, no big deal. MBD.
I've drank breast milk before. I was a baby at one point. I never want to drink milk that someone else has had in their mouth and then spit out into a cup. The thought of that actually upsets me.
I really want to know what the chat thinks of this
I mean,
milk fetish
if
thing.
Ryan Davis can drink breast milk live on stage, so can I.
God, what a great moment that was.
Everyone made him feel like such utter shit about it, too.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Nicole in the chat says there's a black market for breast milk, so
And Nate agrees with me that it would be straight up vomit.
yeah. All right. You guys
Wait.
ready?
I want to know how she knows that there's a black market for breast milk.
Because she's black.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Guys.
Wow.
This
No,
is
but
a
you-
racially charged episode.
Wait, it is?
Yeah, I mean, you made that comment earlier.
Well, I didn't make a racially charged comment.
You said someone ethnic.
Yeah,
who
except for
probably
he's
doesn't speak
wrong because it's a
English.
white market because it's milk.
There you go. See, Scott's bringing it back around.
So I would prefer the black market than for chocolate milk because chocolate milk is real good.
All right, can we go back now?
Love you,
Hold
know.
on.
You know I'm joking.
Oh, she knows. Oh, you know she's fucking cracking up right now.
I hope so.
God, I hope so. It's gonna be like one of those John Anderson moments.
I know, right?
To be there, that was fucking hysterical. Still is. All right. And we're back. Hey, welcome back, guys.
You welcome back.
Thank you. I played some video games. I played
Did
like
you?
I played like a weird assortment of things. I was kind of like bouncing a little bit back and forth. So first up, finished Crash 3, Crash Bandicoot 3. I did the 100% completion on that as well. Technically, it was 103%. And the maximum completion you can get for that game is 105%, apparently.
That doesn't make sense.
But in order to do that, you have to get the gold speedrun for every gold or higher speedrun for every level. And so I think I got it. I think of like 11 I would have to get, or 11 or somewhere between 11 and 15 more like replay levels and speed your way through them to get like these gold relics in order to get the like the last collectible item, which is like sounds like too much work. Like I got close enough. I was happy. Which kind of like with Crash 2, where I just I didn't do any of the speed runs. I just got all the gems. So I was happy with that. Crash 3 I think is still probably my favorite of the three, having now played all three of them. I obviously didn't go through and collect everything in Crash 1, which is probably still my least favorite of the three. But I think Crash 1 has some things that just are lacking in the other two, I'll be honest. And I liked it a lot more, like I said last week. So I liked it a lot more than I remember. But Crash 3, Crash Warped, very good. Very, very good. And I like how the secrets are placed in that game. And yeah, I'm a big fan of how that game works. Played more Overwatch. We talked about that already. I'm trying to think of anything I didn't touch based on Overwatch. Trying to get okay with Genji, who's like a character I struggle with a lot. I finally sat down. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna learn how to play McCree, and now I am pretty good with McCree. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's okay because like Genji is a character that 99.9% of all people struggle with.
Yeah.
Genji is a character that most of the Overwatch player base should never play.
Yeah. It's just like a really good Genji can really fuck your whole team up.
The problem is playing with that Genji player before he's really good, which is hours and hours and hours.
Which is me anytime I play Genji, which I feel bad. But like, I'll typically not play competitive. I'll play quick play or training and try and figure out, okay, what can I do? Because like for me, it is I'm getting into kind of like in a fighting game, and I'm writing a thing about Overwatch. It's actually 1-to-1 comparing it to a fighting game, which I think is a totally fair comparison. Like playing the character and knowing how they work helps me understand how I can fight back against them.
Oh, for sure.
And you know, obviously getting kind of the ins and outs of it. Who do you just your opinion, Griffin? I guess you play more Overwatch than Tony at this point.
By far, yeah.
What's your good pick against Genji? What's your strategy against a good Genji?
So if there is a really good Genji, there are two characters that just tear him apart.
Mm-hmm.
Zarya being the best one.
Okay.
Any character that he can't deflect, he struggles incredibly against.
So Winston would be another good one?
Winston is the other one that is quite good.
Okay.
So usually what will happen with characters like Genji, where you have a single character that just counters them, is you play Genji until they pick your counter pick, and then you counter pick their counter pick.
Okay.
But Genji gets destroyed by Zarya or Winston if they know what they're doing.
Okay.
Because you just chase him around, and when he tries to deflect, is his chance to like go heal or get healed by a healer. Well, he's not taking damage. If you take away that frame where he's not taking damage, then he struggles immensely.
Okay, that's good to know. That actually helps me a great deal. I've gotten pretty good with Winston. I'm pretty happy.
Anytime you're shooting him in the back is a good thing as well. Like Genji struggles if he's being flanked instead of being the one to flank aggressively. Mm-hmm. So he could be deflecting, but if you're shooting him in the back, his deflect isn't a 360 deflect. It only actually deflects things in front of him.
Okay.
So
cool. Yeah, I've been getting into Winston is now slowly becoming my my tank of choice.
He's great.
Orisa. Yeah, he seems a lot stronger than I remember him being. Which, again, since the last time I played, I'm sure they've rebalanced him a lot. So, but yeah, so McCree, I sat down and finally kind of dug into learning. At this point, the only character I really avoid is Roadhog, which is because like I was comfortable with Roadhog for a time, and now I've just like lost touch with that.
He is a different character now.
Yeah, definitely feels like it. Like the one time I tried to pick up and play him, it just felt different. So they're also like another thing they're playing around with on the playtest server for Roadhog is him taking less damage while he heals and being able to move slowly, which would be interesting. So we'll see, and not being able to take headshots while he heals. So I'm curious to see what goes on with Roadhog going forward. But yeah, so McCree and Genji and Roadhog were the only characters I really avoided, but now it is just Roadhog, and I'm sure I'll kind of get to him at some point. Genji I still try not to play, but I'm very happy with how I've kind of gotten used to McCree, I'll say. Overwatch is a very, very good video game.
How often is it high noon when you play?
Pretty often.
All right. That's all you can ask for. Really.
I like to think that it's high noon somewhere, as McCree would say. Another thing like I picked up just randomly was Fury, the hot free PlayStation July Plus game of 2016. Which again, like I've still not finished Fury, so I thought I beat Fury this most recently. I was stuck on this fucking sniper boss. It's like the 7th or 8th boss of 10. I found out there are 10. Beat that finally. Finally. And then I beat the next boss without much trouble. Well, that boss fight is hard, but very good. It's more melee focused as opposed to more range focused. And then there is the ending, quote unquote. And then like there's like a whole, I don't know, like I don't want to spoil Fury for folks. But like I'll say this. I was expecting that this game would take a heel turn and get weird. It does in a very different way than I expected. Which, you know, I was looking for the unexpected and it still surprised me, so props to them, but it just kind of goes off the deep end. And I got to the final boss, which is a just shooting only boss. And it's very hard. There's a lot of shooting. And the last phase is you just avoiding shots for way too long to be very fun, I think. But, so I died just over and over again on just the last phase of that fight. Because it's 4 phases, and the last one's just it's just bullet hell dodging. Like there's no like shooting or anything. It's just dodging, surviving long enough to then one shot the kind of last boss. So I didn't really finish Fury, but I got to the credits. Like credits rolled at some point. There's a very odd scene where you're walking around, but it's where that game goes is very interesting. I think the stuff that it does is both unexpected and expected, and I really dig the way that game presents itself. Just like the kind of steady walking from scene to scene, like just the auto walk even, and the fact that like you know the way that the narration kind of overlays itself while you're playing that game too. And it is a very great game, even if like it is not as tight as it should be. It is close enough that it's mostly forgivable and still really fun to play. Yeah, man, that game is very, very, very rad. Hopefully, I will beat it at some point. Yeah, I keep chipping away at it. Another thing I just chipped away a little bit more was Nier Automata. I keep kind of stumbling into some of the joke endings, which has been fun. There was just like, so there was one I knew to do, which is like there's like a self-destructibility, and you can do that on like the hub space station area, and that triggers a joke ending. So I did that, And then I was like browsing through the menu, and I was like, oh, look at this OS chip. It says removal will cause death. So I'm like, let me just take this out. Cause another joke ending. And then there's one point where you have to like go to a specific part of the map, and if you veer off at all, it's like you abandoned your mission and everyone died. That's another joke ending. So it's like, whoops. So now I have 3. I'm just kind of stumbling into them, which has been fun. It's like I'm not necessarily seeking them out or looking them up or anything. It's just happened, and I get a kick out of it every time it happens. I'm starting to kind of get the surface level of what that game is going for, which I think is interesting.
And what is that to you?
To me, it's more of like this idea of like I guess like the easiest comparison would be like a race allegory, right? Like the machines are beneath us. They don't feel anything. They're only the enemy, and we have to assume that they're enemy and kill indiscriminately, which is kind of like colonization, like 1900s, early 1900s American colonization, stuff like that. It reminds me, like, as, again, an allegory. And then you get to the machine village, it's like, oh, we come in peace. They're all waving white flags. And it's like, you meet the leader of that village, and it's like, clearly they feel something, and like you meet them, and they have like one has a sister and things like that. And I can start to see like the characters maybe like confused or like unsettled at the idea of like this propaganda that was brought to them being false in any way. Whether or not that blows up in their face or not, I'm curious to kind of see where it goes with it. For your reference, Namashi, the thing that just happened was fought a bunch of robots, giant robots, and then a big hole blew up, and now I'm supposed to go under the crust. Under the crust.
Ooh.
But I'm just
Supposed
running
to
around.
get real crusty, real
Yeah, it's
soon.
getting real crusty. I'm just running around doing side quests for the most part. The kind of like, and I don't want to. This is gonna sound derogatory. I don't necessarily mean it in a derogatory way, but the kind of mundanity of just like running around and talking to people to initiate side quests and then running over and getting a thing and bringing it back, like that is very near the original Nier. So it's cool to see. It's both cool to see that come back, and also it's like, okay, it's kind of like standard fare JRPG stuff, which I don't mind. Like I like running around stuff. I'm just listening to Cool Games Inc. and fighting robots. So I'll say like the music in Nier Automata, very good, clutch. Tonally reminds me a lot of the original Nier, but is like very different at the same time, which is cool. Again, much of it feels like an evolution.
Yeah, like for me, that music is like some next level shit. Like,
Yeah, dude.
It was like, fuck.
There was definitely a couple of scenes where I was like, fuck yeah. Where just shit is going down and boss fights are happening. Especially like the boss fight I talked about last week with the human man looking man. That was like the music for that's very good. So there were definitely only a couple of standout scenes in Nier that had really stellar music. This one seems to already have like upped that twofold at the very least. So I'm very into it. Again, that game is really delivering on all fronts for me. I'm just having a great time with it. I'm kind of like trying to take my time with it.
Sure.
Because it seems like something I want to savor. In PC game land, Sundered is now out for PlayStation 4 and PC. I played this at a couple events, PSX and PAX East. Last PSX, this past PAX East. One of my most anticipated indie games of this year. Very cool. It is a procedurally generated Metroidvania, which I wasn't sure how that was going to work, but now that I've played it, the final version of the game, I totally understand it. It's like an action Metroidvania. It's more based on like melee combat. The idea is essentially, everyone is familiar with the Metroid map, kind of like the grid. What it does instead is there are set rooms, right? Set big rooms where you'll either get an upgrade, an ability, or there is an arena. Essentially, you are eventually led through corridors into these arenas where you have to fight a lot of enemies. And those are static, right? Those rooms are always the same. But essentially the spaces between those rooms, the connective tissue, are just like these squares on the map that are generated, right, from tile sets. So the destination is always the same, but the way you get to it is different every time you die, which is really clever. It's honestly, I've not quite seen anything like it. And like Flint Hook does its own thing as far as like procedurally generated like grid-based map that I think is clever, and this does a totally different thing. It is reminiscent of Splunky in that like you can see the tile sets of like, oh, I've seen a layout similar to this, and I kind of know where to go from here. But you know, it's just refreshing because that's a game. It kind of has a Souls-like mechanic in that death is kind of required to progress, but which you don't need to die in Souls, but you die, you get your souls, you continue, and you accrue and accrue and accrue. But essentially, when you die in Sundered, you go back to the skill tree, which is kind of the hub at the center of the world, and then you can spend the currency you made on that life to level up, and then you go back. And now the world is different, and it's a different pathway, but you can unlock permanent shortcuts in those static rooms to kind of make that progression easier. It's very, very cool. I was like already a massive fan of Sundered, having played it at like kind of more guided demos at events, seeing the actual kind of exploration aspects of it. It's a lot more solemn. It's a lot more quiet. It's a lot more Metroid than I thought it would be, which is all good things. I'm very early on in it. I'm still kind of in the first major area. I've only gotten the first couple of abilities, but so far, so good. I am very, very happy with it. So, keep a lookout for Sundered. If you have a PS4, PC, and you like Metroidvanias, it is very, very good. It's all hand-drawn, too. It looks gorgeous. Thunder Lotus did one other game called Jotun. It's like a Viking action game. Also all hand-drawn. I've not played that, but I've heard good things about it. And while I was playing, because I ended up getting a Steam code for that, so while I was on my computer, just like kind of playing around with games, I ended up playing a little bit of Owlboy.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, because that is now on Mac.
Heard that side. Oh, God.
Yeah, Scott's like, Jesus! It's been
Still waiting on Alex to play some of that Valhalla, though.
literally 8 months, and I downloaded and installed Valhalla.
Good.
And the tabletop simulator, but we already went over that. But yeah, I just played essentially the prologue of Owlboy, because I was like testing out just what it looked like. One, very pretty game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A very good music, also. Throw that out there. I got to, for your reference, Scott, I kind of got out of the village, so I just got to the first kind of opener area.
Mm-hmm.
But I got like a feel for the mechanics. I'm playing on controller. I believe you played on mouse and keyboard, right, Scott?
I think I did it with a controller as well.
Okay. It's easier to get an idea of that game when you like feel it for sure, because it's essentially like kind of twin stick shootery. It's cool. Like I like the kind of thing they're setting up as like, yo, this, like, they just make Otis, the main character, just feel terrible. He's just a fuck up, you know. And he feels bad. And he can't speak, so like there's these bullies that just yell at him and shit. It's awful. But like when you get those moments where like you did something, it's like, yeah, and he's got like his best friend with him and they're like just cheering. It's fun. I like the tone of the game a lot. I like how it plays a lot. I just got an ability where essentially your companion that you're carrying with you, so Otis can't really attack. He has like a spin, but it's more of like a stun ability. So you have to actually attack with your whatever companion you have, and I just have the one right now. I got the ability where you can just tap triangle on the PS4 controller and it'll teleport back to you, which is rad. But yeah, I just played the prologue of that pretty much. Very cool. I'm very into it. very much my cup of tea. Scott was not wrong.
Yep.
Switch. Or you buy
Yeah,
it
it's
on
coming to
Switches.
Switch as well, which I'm excited about. I think that's a really great platform for it. But yeah, these indies need to start coming out for Switch though. I feel like we're almost in August. By the time this episode goes out, we will be in August. Still no SteamWorld Dig 2, which is a bummer.
I re-downloaded it on my Vita. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to play this game again.
Yeah, right. I'm ready for SteamWorld Dig 2 for sure. Although like now it's kind of like between Sunder dropping and then Tacoma dropping and then Batman dropping and then Hellblade dropping and then Life is Strange dropping. There's a lot of like indie stuff coming out, which is very cool. It's just a lot. So Tacoma's the big one though. But yeah, I started Owlboy. Since I'm playing Sundered on PC as well, I'll probably be bouncing back and forth between those, hopefully. But so far, so good.
Did you try to get a review copy for Tacoma?
I did. I sent out a bunch of emails this week.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't heard back, but we'll see. I heard back from Ninja Theory, so I'm like, hopeful. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I played. I think that's it. Getting into a lot of stuff all of a sudden, like, a bunch on my plate. It is weird. So like, I talked a little bit in like February of last year about a game called Finding Teddy 2, and I believe I brought this up on the show. They renamed that game. Like they changed the name of that game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let me see what the new, because I can't even think of the new name. So essentially, Finding Teddy was a point-and-click adventure game, and Finding Teddy 2 is a side-scroller Zelda 2-like game, specifically Zelda 2 like. So they changed and they updated the PC version when they put the Finding Teddy 2 out on PS4 and Xbox One. They published it under a different name, which is Chronicles of Teddy, Harmony of Exodus. Not a very good name. Little wordy. And they retroactively changed the name on PC, which is weird. But I guess, like, take the 2 out of it, it'll be more approachable. Right. Didn't really have anything to do with the first one as well. Like, it leads off where the first one left off, but, like, the stories are independent from what I understand. But yeah, I recently purchased that on PS4 as well. So I don't know. That was a random thought. Speaking of indies, you guys want to talk about some news?
Yeah.
Okay, I like news.
Oh, I have to plug this thing in. I forgot.
I news some things.
I news. Let me find out what we news. News in gaming. Not a lot of news. Let's be real here. It's a slow news week. We're in the heat of the summer, you know. What you gonna do? So Walmart put up pre-orders for the Super NES Classic, the little Super Nintendo thing that they're selling for $80. Obviously, pre-orders were gone immediately. This would not be news if not for the fact that Walmart had to then cancel all of the pre-orders about 5 days later because they were like, we fucked up, and the website said you could pre-order when it wasn't supposed to. Sorry. So they canceled literally everyone's pre-order. And these were the only pre-orders that have launched in the United States so far. And I just think that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I was all upset last week because Danny had texted me the link to pre-order it, and I missed it. I was like, damn it. God, I'm going to miss it again. Then it didn't matter. None of it mattered. Just like the Super Nintendo Classic, none of it mattered.
Wow.
Somebody had to say it. Just like Batman versus Superman. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Walmart's mistake, not Nintendo's, but a lot of people are saying like, yeah, maybe Nintendo will look at how many pre-orders they got, and I'm like, nah, dude, they already allotted however many of those they're gonna make. Weird thing though, in conjunction with this, I think it was like today, you could order more NES Classic editions, the original, but only in like certain bundles that were like $160. I don't know what was. Do you know what was in these bundles in Abishin?
It was Stinky, and it was like like some additional just the swag stuff, like the piranha plant thing from Mario, and like a Mega Man hand cannon, stuff like that.
Yeah. So, which is weird. Good timing on their part, I guess.
Well,
So
Thinky is owned by or GameStop owns part of Thinky, so I guess he just held up back on some NES classics, and
yeah, that was a good call on their part. I'm sure they probably made a decent profit on those bundles. I think those are for sure all sold out. But the only other news that you had in option, which is a Dragon Quest XI officially confirmed for the West, which had not been necessarily confirmed up until this point, but it was a pretty safe bet. And it's coming in 2018. They said in the press release, Square Enix said, more information on the release date coming this fall. So there is a release window to announce the release window, I guess.
sure.
Which is cool. That game is out in Japan now. Folks have imported it, and they say it's very good. I see some folks on Twitter out there talking about the 3DS version specifically, saying it is very, very good, which is cool. I was kind of worried because obviously the PS4 version is very, very glammed up. But the 3DS version does a cool thing where it's like 3D on the top screen and 2D on the bottom screen. I wasn't sure how that would look when you actually play it, but seeing some screenshots, it looks really rad. People like it. People say it's a good Dragon Quest game, which is exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it out, honestly.
Yeah, I'm still curious. Is this like custom characters or is it like characters?
Oh, I have no idea how Dragon Quest is played now. So
Yeah, so like in Dragon Quest 7 and 8, so 7 it's a silent protagonist, in 8 I believe it is not a silent protagonist, and they're all like set characters. In Dragon Quest 9, it's a custom character, and you can build a whole team of custom characters. So there's no like dialogue really or like character stories at all. It's just you dungeon crawling really.
I think you're definitely a character in this game. That's something to that extent, though.
Yeah. So that's why I was curious, because I feel like because 8 has appealed to me the most of all the Dragon Quest games. I actually saw it in Best Buy. I thought about getting it just because like I hear it's the best one. It's got the best story, and it is like you're playing characters in a story. I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. Whereas like the custom character stuff, and like obviously Dragon Quest X is an MMO that is not coming to the West, so that is more custom character stuff. So it doesn't necessarily appeal as much to me in the JRPG space specifically. But I don't know, man. Dragon Quest X, weird game, right? Like never came here. For Wii and Wii U?
It was online only, so.
Yeah. Fucking. Is that game still running?
Yeah, in Japan, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I never heard anything about it after it came out. Like good or negative, like not either way. I just never heard anything about it. So.
That game came out around when Final Fantasy 14 first launched, the vanilla one, so. I would assume it'd be like around that level of a game. So I don't know. I really don't know. Like, do they have expansions for that game?
Yeah, right. Like, do you do expansions for that game for Wii U? It's like only on Wii U as well, right? I don't think
Wii and Wii U.
Wii and Wii U.
Because I think they remade it again for Wii U.
Yeah, it's just a very specific set of circumstances. That's like literally all the news I got. Unless any of you guys got news.
I have all the news, dude.
Some pub bug microtransactions or whatever. I don't know.
Is there gonna be microtransactions in my
Yeah, they're
PlayerUnknown's?
adding cosmetic-only microtransactions to PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Yep.
There will be outfits and things that you can buy for real-life money.
Something that was expected and totally fine.
Yeah, it's nothing that anyone's upset about.
Cool. No one's upset. I'm happy. Let's go take a peek over to the mail sack. We got some tweets during this show. We don't have a lot. I didn't solicit tweets again because I was trying to kind of keep the show a little bit shorter.
Fail.
We're only at like the 2-hour mark.
Yeah,
Only 2 hours.
only 2 hours. We had a lot of bonus
Last
content.
time, I'm pretty sure we were approaching like 3.5, and I literally passed out during the 5-minute break.
Hell yeah,
Was
that sounds like us. I don't know. That was a minute ago, so
Yeah, it was a while ago.
been a bit. All right. You can tweet your questions at IrrationalPod with the hashtag IPQ. Have them read on the show. This first one comes from Jake Nichols at Jake R. Nichols on Twitter. Best AMV. Winky face. I only like Nobishin's AMVs, so. Only AMVs with Linkin Park in them. Is that too?
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Is that too topical?
Is that too an open wound? Is that thing? We talked about it last week.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find a link to them right
Now, AMV stands for animated music video, correct?
Anime music video.
Anime music video, my
Yeah.
bad. But doesn't anime just stand for animated?
Stands
I don't
for
think
animation.
so. Yeah. But anime is specifically usually derived by Japanese animation in the style
Manga-based
of
animation, yeah.
anime.
Yeah, I don't know. Anime. What's the best AMV, Griffin?
Okay, so like
Here we go.
AMVs are trash. It's what I used to watch. It's what I used to watch in middle school when I couldn't find actual Naruto videos on YouTube. The only good
Yeah,
ones
but like you have to
are-
watch the Hinata AMV love
Stop.
love AMV. Dude, come on, you fucking know you watch like 12 of those a day.
Well,
You
no.
play like a super like wub steppy like Cascada ass song.
Oh
Dude,
god.
if I search Cascada Hinata on Google right now, I will find at least 3 AMV. Cascada Hinata. I
thought it was
guarantee. I
Cascade.
fucking guarantee you. Yep. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on the first page alone. Literally 9. They're all Hinata Cascada based AMVs. So.
Yeah, those ones. Let's end this topic here. Those ones are the best. Keep moving.
I'm gonna listen to a couple of these for research purposes,
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna do them naked, but that's just that's.
but
Just,
I'm gonna do it on the TV in the living room.
okay, yeah.
No, I'm gonna watch anime on the TV in the living room after this.
Me too. But it's not just.
No, it will not be AMVs.
Hinata Cascada AMVs. Fuck yeah.
Naruto Cascada every time we touch Hinata. 8 years ago, 56,000 views.
Fuck yeah. Because every time we touch, we get this feeling. Oh man, I can already see the cuts for that fucking AMV. Oh,
Dude, it's gonna be like hard cuts every 10 seconds.
yeah.
Really bad, just poorly edited with really awkward transitions and the music being way too loud and sometimes the audio from the clip not being cut out.
You're real bad. Here's a link to my old shit in the chat right there.
Awesome.
2006.
Hold on, I'm experiencing this AMV real quick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yo, this AMV is good.
You know, I'm glad that it's good for you, Tony. Scott, what's the best AMV? I know you have a really strong opinion about this, Scott, and I need you to deliver for me. Scott left. He doesn't give a shit about it.
Scott is actively against this.
Yeah. I mean, I can't blame him. TBF.
Oh my god, Nabishin, this link?
Yeah, I told you I used to do this shit. That was
Nabishin
over 10 years ago.
made
That was
AMVs.
11.
11 years ago.
Yeah. Super long
Fuck yeah,
time ago.
dude.
This is like when you go through like your parents' picture album and you find a picture of you naked as a baby in the middle of your family photos, and you're just like, "Why was I naked?"
I have a baby picture of my dick just out. Like, that was my first picture.
Fucking man.
It's
I
just
don't think
hanging
I
out.
have any picture. I think I've destroyed all the pictures of me with my dick just out. I hope. We have another question. Oh,
If
go
you
ahead.
want to know my answer,
Yes.
fuck
Here we
it,
go.
I'll even put a link to that too, because I know what it is. Because it's not mine. Obviously, it's not mine. But
Yeah.
like, it's an old one. It's a Rockfist with
Oh yeah.
Rock Lee.
Oh.
It won a contest that I participated
Navashin,
in.
you made these?
Yes,
No.
that's why I was talking about it. The link that Navshin put in the group chat was ones that he made.
Yeah, those are old, dude. Those are super old. They're really bad too.
Let
They're
me
super
bookmark this. Hold on.
Yeah, dude, I remember when you sent me like your game trailers links way back when.
Oh yeah, they're real bad.
It was such like a great
This
moment
is-
for me.
This is improperly.
All right, guys, we got other questions we got to get to.
Yeah,
AMVs
there's the
can't
link.
take up-
It's Rock Lee or Rockfist. Look it up on YouTube. It's the first one. NeckelCon 9 winner. I went against that one. I lost obviously because that one was too good. So there you go.
Damn, that's the best one. Cameron Abbott at Unsexiest Comedy says, I need your participation for this, Griffin.
Yeah.
What are 5 hot takes from Griffin Guccione?
Just like 5
5
things
off the
that I can
dome,
take
hot
off the
takes.
dome.
Yeah.
AMVs are trash. I already did that.
All right, no. All right, Navshin, this is
That's not
this
a hot
is
take,
this
dude.
is
That's
for
as
you.
cool as it gets.
All right. Hot take number 1: dicks are weird. You shouldn't send people pictures of them.
Yo,
Fact.
I agree.
Agreed.
Hot take number 2: America in general should reevaluate their stance on corporal punishment of children.
Damn.
Hot take number 3:
That is a hot take.
bacon was given to us by the gods, and not using it at fast food restaurants is a testament to man's arrogance.
To man's arrogance.
Hot take number 4: meals aren't real meals if you don't have meat in them, and if you don't have meat in them and you happen to be a vegetarian, you're an envoy of Satan.
Odd boy, okay.
Um,
Emissary, if I may.
Last hot take. Currently, we are watching the final season of America, and next season the cast is going to be changed. No one's going to talk about it, and the main character from last season is going to monologue the ending credits.
Oh, topical. We can only hope it's the last season. Cameron Abbott also asks, is Nabishin free to record the Naughty Gamers podcast this Friday? He's asking you on our show. That's how desperate he is, Nabishin.
Desperate?
He's not desperate. Cameron gets you anytime he wants.
Yeah, Camo. Huh? Should be fine for Friday.
All
Friday night, yeah, I should be free. I'm pretty
Hit up
sure I'll
that
have
soft
anything.
boy.
Just
Let
hit
him
me
know.
up. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Send some dirty DMs. Stephen Coffin at Scoffin Steven says, do you think the O at the end of Nintendo is a hint at them developing Switchy Custom Robo because they both end in O, maybe?
This some Super Mario Galaxy thing where like, you are Mr. Gay or something.
You are
like that.
Mr. Gay. Nintendo Custom Robo. I'm with you, Steven. Follow the money. Connect the dots. And Cameron says, also, you're welcome about Sundered, Alex. It's true. Cameron is the reason that I went up and played Sundered at PSX 2016.
I'll play him in Overwatch. God damn.
Yeah, I guess.
But not before you play with me, just so he knows that he was second best.
Damn. Wow. Okay. Nato Johnson at NatoJ18. Our last IPQ here says, did you see Game of the Year For Honor is now getting dedicated servers? Sounds
Nate,
Does
good.
anyone
did
still
you
play
see
that
that
game?
For Honor's playing base still hasn't reached past 1,000?
Yeah, sorry I couldn't hear you over the fucking silent splash in the water that For Honor dead corpse made as it fell into it. Which doesn't make any sense. I understand that the sentence I just said doesn't make any sense.
It made sense to me.
I'm very tired. No. Well, Nate, I did see that news. I just really didn't care.
Like everyone else that plays that game. Oh, wait.
Except for NATO, like I get
The only
it.
person I know who plays that game is NATO.
Guess what? NATO. All right, I don't like talking shit about my boy. Y'all know this, but I bet NATO's gonna be like way into that fucking dumb looking ship game that Ubisoft is making. Like fucking For Honor with boats. That fucking shit.
Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. Thank you, Christ.
Nah, he wasn't
I don't
into
know,
it.
man.
Nah, he wasn't into it. If you don't remember, you probably don't.
I know. I do
Right.
remember because I was sitting on the couch with him. You were there too, Scott.
Yeah, he wasn't that into Skull and Bones.
I
He
know,
was
but I
into,
bet like when it comes out, he's gonna be a Skull and Bones defender. And it's gonna be like, Nate, come on.
Is NATO an Ubisoft defender just in general?
Dude, whatever, man. They announced Beyond Good and Evil 2. I'm good. The game's never coming out, but it's new Last Guardian.
I'll make sure of that.
Wait, you can't
Fuck
say
you.
that twice.
I know, but like now that, like honestly, now that it's been announced again, I think it's gonna come out less. How fucked up is that? But yeah. That's it. Those are the questions. We did get a comment from Silver PR letting us know that he's all right.
Good.
And that he's on Daddy Watch with his kid, with his 4-month-old. Just sending his love. So I just want to let you guys know that he said that, and we love you, Silver PR. I'd play Overwatch with Silver PR.
I played with Cameron Abbott. Just at the end of that sentence.
I'm kidding. I'll play Overwatch with Cameron. He knows that. I was just not in the mood the other night. All right.
Yo, I'll play Black Desert Online with anyone. Just hit me up.
Scott and I will play Tabletop Simulator with literally anyone. Let's go.
Same.
Yep.
Hit us up. That's gonna wrap it. If you'd like to be a part of the show, not only can you tweet your questions in, you can email them to mailsack@irrationalpassions.com, or you can send a voicemail to 404-590-1337. Keep in mind, standard long distance fees do apply. You can follow each of us individually on Twitter. I am at AlFighter27. Scott is at WhatTechuz. Nabashin is at Nabashin186, NABESHIN186. And Tony, you're at Tony Horvath, all one word.
Fact.
Griffin, you are at Griffin Senpai, all one word.
That's also true.
And
If you
follow
want to
the
see my
show-
dad in the AMVs, go to my. Never mind. Shut up.
Twitter.com/.
If you learned anything from this episode, it's that you should YouTube Naruto Cascada.
Dude, I just love that I Google searched it and it just didn't let me down at all.
It was there,
It
dude.
was there like a fucking comforting hug after this.
It's a testament to
fucking-
how many fucking videos are on YouTube.
I'm gonna fall asleep to Cascada and Hinata videos tonight.
Wait, all right, hold on. I have an idea. I'm gonna go on YouTube right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna search Blink 182
Here we go. Yes.
Sasuke.
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Yo, it exists, guys.
Ah, yes. I've taken a heel turn. AMVs are the best thing on the internet.
Wait,
Can this be the official AMV episode of Irrational Passions podcast?
hold on. Even better. Going to YouTube.
Nabashin, can we do a Trailer Jones equivalent show where we just review AMVs?
Yo, let's do it.
All right, going to YouTube.
Just
Gara.
you and Tony, Scott, and I reviewing AMVs.
Gara Evanescence.
Scott's just like, they're all still
Our
there.
Evanescence.
Dude, you gotta understand. Like 2000.
Oh, it's here. Oh, boys, it's so here.
Dude, I watched AMVs. I loved them.
in 2000,
Yeah, they were lit when
in the years of 2000. Like that was a thing. It
was a
was
thing,
a
man.
fun thing to do. It was easy to pirate Sony Vegas and like play and just make shit. I made shit. I made tons of shit. It's on there. Hit me up if you want the link. I don't give a shit. They're all bad. The Golden Boy one is legit good.
You've ever seen. Don't sell yourself short.
If I searched Soldier Boy Tell 'em.
Oh my god.
Probably just search Soldier Boy.
No, Soldier Boy Tell 'em. Naruto AMP. No, I'm done. You can follow the show and the website on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Other stuff, rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher. Go to IrrationalPassage.com and check out the new show that will be up on Monday or Tuesday. Twitch.tv/IrrationalPassions. Follow us there. And YouTube.com/IrrationalPassions. Follow us there. And tell your friends about the show if you liked it. Word of mouth is the best way to spread the love. And for everything else, go to IrrationalPassions.com. Get some cool articles, videos, Destiny-related things maybe, and maybe some listenable things soon. It's time to end the show with bets.
Bets!
There it is. Nabashin.
It's on there.
Okay. Cool. I hadn't checked yet. I was trying to be a good host and not look at my phone. This week's bet. Not anymore, though. This week's bet. Patapon Remastered releases on the PS4 next week. What will the percentage be for the trophy Fever Pitch? Now
Will Greg Miller be the only person to play that game? Yes.
He'll at least be in the 90th percentile, whatever that means in this context. Now, to get the Fever Pitch trophy, you must remain in fever status for 1 minute. So what will the trophy percentage be for Fever Pitch? Now, Griffin, you are fifth man. What team do you want to be on? Do you want to be on Nabashin Tony team? Do you want to be on Scott Alex team?
What are team names?
Scott and I are team Flaught. And Tony and Scott, or Tony and Jesus. I just put Tony and Scott together.
It's all right. I do too.
Tony and Nabashin are team BBC.
I think you know which one I'm picking.
I'm guessing team BBC.
Yes.
I don't think you guys have ever gotten a guess better. Because we're always losing.
It's true.
So...
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
I mean, I don't even know what Patapon is, so me joining a team is probably not going to be very helpful.
Do you know how bets work, Griffin?
Yeah.
We're going to make a bet. Doesn't really matter. I mean, we're betting trophy percentage. Just give me a number between 1 and 100. And we're gonna find out how lit it actually is. I will say decimal points are okay because it does include decimal points in the percentages that it shows us.
Are we just going with like whoever gets closest wins?
Yep. If there's a tie, then either 2 points are awarded to one team or 1 point awarded to both teams. If you want to type in your bets in the chat one more time, just to go over it. Patapon Remastered releases on the PS4 next week. What will the percentage be for the trophy Fever Pitch, which you earn by remaining in fever status for 1 minute? And if you want to type yours up in our little text chat there and hit send, go for it. Damn. Now, keep in mind, I've never played Patapon.
Me neither.
So I really did take a random
Same,
guess.
dude.
We went in very opposite directions, though, Tony. Scott, I still need your bet. I know you're thinking. You're a thinker, though, Scott. You really got to take it in.
No, I actually don't know what the bet is.
Okay, I'm gonna read it to you one more time.
I cut out when you was reading. While you were reading it, and then I saw the numbers. And I'm like, oh well, that there.
Just
goes
take
that.
what's in your heart. The first number that pops in your head. I'm gonna read it to you
Okay.
one more time, Scott. Patapon Remastered releases on the PS4 next week. What will the percentage be for the trophy Fever Pitch, which you earn for remaining in fever status for 1 minute?
Scott.
God fucking damn it, Scott.
You had the opportunity to just put 87 and fuck Tony out of winning if it was anything higher than what you put.
Well, like, there's no way that Tony's ever right.
6.3.
Damn.
Yeah, I've won a
Damn.
lot of these. Just saying.
Tony's won a good
It's
portion.
trophy percentage. Unless it's like the only trophy in the game, there's no way it's going to be 83% or 86%.
I don't think so. I agree with you, but there's no.
No,
Also,
no, it's
for people's
percentage
reference,
of
Scott bet
people who played the
99%. So like,
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, absolutely. 99%. Everyone's going to do it. Going to be the easiest thing in the world. It's going to be like hey, you've turned on your Xbox trophy. It's not 100%.
Turned on
Some
your
people who made yeah.
see, you get a trophy on your PlayStation 4 for turning on your
Turning
Xbox.
on your
Well, no, I mean,
Sorry, excuse me. It's the turn on your Xbox wall mount that Microsoft gives out.
It's the fat head that you get for turning on your Xbox. The giant fucking Xbox sticker. Okay.
It's got a sticker printer in it just for those.
Goddamn right. That's why the Xbox One original is so fucking fat and disgusting. To go through the bets, I said 12.3%. Scott said 99%. Tony said 86.2%. Nabishin said 54%. And Griffin said 32%. A good swath there. I have the low end. Scott has far and away the high end. I feel like it's going to be low. I don't know.
Pata, pon.
I feel like it's going to be higher than we expect because the only people playing Patapon are people that know what the fuck Patapon is.
If I'm being honest, Griff, I think you're right on the money. You're like, it's probably gonna be in the 30s or 40s. Cool. Pyre, this is last week's bet. Pyre comes out on PlayStation 4 and PC next week. Woo! This is actually what I wrote here in the my little note. New Supergiant Games game. How long in minutes will the total length of the soundtrack of Pyre be on music purchasing services? Let's find out how long the Pyre soundtrack is. To go over real quick, I said 93 minutes. Scott said 88 minutes. Nabishin said 58 minutes. And Nicole, our guest bettor, who is betting in for Tony, said 105 minutes. Let me see. I'm going to see like a total.
It's like almost 2 hours, if I remember.
Almost 2 hours, really?
I think so.
Let me see. Games out. Game. Pyre. OST. Hour and 51 minutes, which translates to what?
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah,
So that's
almost
100.
100.
So it would be Nicole's bet would be the correct one. Which would be Tony, that's your spot. Shit, I was so close.
I worked so hard.
So man, guess better just coming in and sweeping it. Nicole can just hang up the belt now. Nicole's betting for Team BBC. Brings Team BBC's point total up to 35 points.
Oh, fuck.
And Team Flawed still rocking strong at a hot 29 points. Woo! Tony, that means you have won Danny Juarez's Love and Affection until next week.
Yeah, well, I already have that.
When it is up for contest again. And you have the final word here. Is there anything you want to throw out there, reiterate, disagree on without interruption?
Cascada Hinata.
Great use of the final
Why the
words.
fuck do I live with you?
That is it for the show. Thank you everyone for watching live. Everyone who came in tuned in, we had a good crowd watching tonight. And thank you to everyone who listens to the audio. I hope you like the new project that is up on IrrationalPod.com right now. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for our opening music of Two Player Co-op and our closing music of The World is Saved. Shout out to that dude, DannyWiesner.bandcamp.com. Go listen to his music. Griffin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
I hope you had a good time. Wasn't
I did.
terribly too long.
I love you, boys.
I love you too, bud. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Nabishin, for joining me. As always, I love you guys. Oh, winky face. And for dealing with me. Yeah. For dealing with me while I'm so very tired. That's I'm done. I'm gonna go sleep forever now. Thank you all so much for listening. I love you listeners very, very much. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games. Stay irrational. We will talk to you all next week.
Titles? We got 30 Seconds to Mars, The Attack, Car Heroes, Griffin's Ninja Way, Fuck You, Nutcrackers Are for Nuts, Body Slamming Children, Intergalactic Space Aids, Cascada Hinata, Before I Play with Cam and Abbott, Google searching AMVs, and Turn on Your Xbox Trophy.
I want to submit the Naruto AMV cast as an option. Just because I feel like that was appropriate as well.
Oh man.
Google searching AMVs is what this show is really about. I know you can't see
I'm coming back next week with some dank ass AMVs for the podcast. Just saying.
Griffin, I'm gonna just copy and paste the list in the chat here because I'm too lazy to fucking share the Google Doc. That's so much work.
It's like the exact same amount of work.
Well, if I share it to him, it's gonna lock him out. He's gonna have to.
Intergalactic Space Aids? That's not what I said.
It's just misspelled. Okay, give Nobishin a break. He's got to and pay attention to the show.
That's fair.
He's doing a better job than me. That's for sure. I like Google searching AMVs. I'm not gonna lie to any of you here. That is my jam.
I'm going with Before I Play with Cameron Abbott.
Okay. It's a very ominous title. The ellipses beforehand Nobishin is a nice touch.
Yes, but I think I'm going to have to edit it just a little bit.
Here we go.
Which I'm going to try and do this correctly. God damn it. Yeah. Still don't need that much. All right. It's a subtle difference, but it's a very important one.
Before I Play with Cameron Abbott, comma.
Yes.
Very
now
nice
you know where it's going.
So I'm gonna vote for Google searching AMVs.
Griffin submitted the idea of AMV Griffin's Ninja Way.
I actually like that. I actually like that.
Anything else catch your eye, Nobishin?
Either that or Google and AMVs.
How do you feel, Tony? Do you want to swing over to AMV Griffin Ninja's Way?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I have an important edit to make on this one as well.
All right.
Is it Griffin's Ninja Way AMV? Because I can approve of that.
No.
If
Even
you
better.
just put a fucking comma at the end of this, Scott, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind.
You were close.
AMV, comma, Griffin's Ninja Way. Actually, that is a good edit. It's a strong edit. All right. I like it. Comma, Griffin's Nindo or Griffin's
It's Nindo.
Way?
Nindo.
Okay, Nindo it is.
I like how we just workshopped this title together.
Yeah,
as a
that's good.
family.
Sometimes we got to put in a little extra work there. It works out.
Wait, Scott, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, fucking I swear. If there's a semicolon on this shit, I'm gonna lose my mind again.
What?
Oh, there's a lot of typos in that. Wow, holy shit.
AMZ.
Griffin less than S Nindos.
Wow, there was a whole lot of typos going on there.
All right, so as a family workshopping this title together, I'm gonna give that a hard pass.
Yep, that's the button.
I misspelled it also. I wrote TMZ colon Giffin's cheeky nindos you won't believe.
Oh,
This
there
is
you go.
the
That's what
Irrational
I,
Passions Podcast, episode 338.
No, Nabashin, no.
Well, there's your intro. So does someone say the second part? That's all. I don't care what it is.
I want Griffin to say the number. He's
Okay.
our esteemed guest.
You can say
here's the problem. Do I say
Who cares about Griffin?
AMV my ninja way or my nindo, or do I say AMV?
You say my Nindo way
Okay.
or my Nindo.
Wait, my nindo?
My Nindo,
my Nindo
right?
way.
You don't say Nindo way, right? That's
You
redundant.
just have
No.
to make sure you pause after saying A and V, and then you, as if A and V is your Nindo way. Now you see what the comma does.
Yeah, you see,
So
it's-
at the timestamp of the podcast when they will hear this title, they don't yet know who you are if they haven't
That's
listened to the show
true, yeah.
before.
Did
So
you,
I would use your name.
Did you pimp out Griffin before?
yeah, I did.
Okay, cool.
So wait, here's the real question. Do I do it like Naruto does it and say, I'm Naruto, so I would say, I'm Griffin Guccione, and this is the AMV of my ninja way, and I point at my chest?
Believe it.
Believe it!
Well, no, then Tony
No,
would
I'm
have to say
telling
the
you.
title, and then you'd say that afterwards.
And then yeah, Tony yells "Believe it" at the end. Yeah,
I'm not doing it. I refuse to be a part of this.
I'll yell "Believe it." Fuck it, man.
Yes.
I'll let you. I've got the title that I'll put in the feed. I'll let you fucking freestyle it from here, Griff.
All right.
That's all you.
Hold on. Let me hold my ball sack while I do this.
What?
Damn it.
All right. I'm
I
ready.
want to sleep so bad. Just go whenever. I already got an option sample, so.
What? You got an option sample when?
He said it like way long time ago. You said 338, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Nobshin, I need you to do it right now to get me in the mood.
I got you. I got you, boo. This is the Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 338.
I'm Griffin Guccione, and this is my ninja way.
Believe it. All right, just stop fucking recording, please. Just end it.
Henry!
Thank you all so much for listening, viewing, whatever. I love you, video viewers. I'm so tired. Bye.
I'm so